more of your face in the shot.
Yes, let me just. Is it better this way?
Better like that.
Okay.
How come
Can you
can't see
hear me?
clearly? I can see you, but I can't see you too clearly.
Oh, just give me a minute.
Okay.
I'm doing something. Let me try and see how to improve the lighting. Is it better for you now, sir?
Better.
All right. Yeah, we're ready to go.
Okay.
Better, likewise.
Yes, much better, much better. So I want
Okay.
you to introduce yourself. And
Okay. All right. Hi,
yeah, also
everybody.
clean your camera, your front camera. If you have
Oh,
like a
just
cloth
give
or
me,
something.
yeah, just give me 2 minutes. It's just that with the setup, I had to just get ready with the position, etc.
Yeah.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay, let's roll.
Come in.
So, okay. So, all right. Hi. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Daddy
Hi, good
Freeze.
evening. What is your
Thank
name?
you so much.
Introduce yourself and please share your story.
Okay. So, my name is Emily.
Emily.
Yes, Emily. I'm a Mauritian national. First of all, allow me to thank you for allowing me to express myself through your platform,
You're most
because
welcome.
it's something that I need considering the kind of issue I'm facing right now. I come from Mauritius, like I said. I have been visiting Nigeria since July 22nd upon the invitation of my ex-husband, with whom I was married since 2018. We separated since November 2022, and our co-parenting relationship has always been rocky. We share a child of 6 years old, and basically the agreement was that I would be coming to Nigeria with my son to visit, for him to come and spend time with his relatives as well. But unfortunately, from the first day we got here, can you hear me? Can I continue?
Very clearly. Continue. We can hear
All
you
right.
very clearly.
Thank you. So what happened is that when we got here, the first thing he did was to take the passport of my child, the Mauritian passport of my child, from my possession. And honestly, I did not read too much meaning into it, because I was like, we are here for some time, so it's okay if he's holding the passport. I did not see any ill intention behind him having that. He lodged us at the Presken White House, which is in Lekki, and from the airport, he took us there. We were lodging there from the 23rd, and the next weekend, what happened is that he told me, look, you guys are visiting Nigeria. I want to take Devon, the name of my 6-year-old son, to spend time with my mother and myself at my place. Mind you, I have no idea of where exactly he lives in Lagos, and the invitation was made to Devon and not made to me. So I did not mind. I did not see any harm in that, because the reason why I'm in Nigeria is for my child to spend time with his father's side of the family as well. So that is how my child spent the weekend with his grandmother. And then the next Monday, he came back to the hotel and he told me he wanted to have a conversation with me. So during that exchange, he told me, look, I want to keep the child back here in Nigeria to give him a better future, to have him attend private school. You can come and be visiting him twice a year. It will be an all expense paid trip. You will have access to him, but that he doesn't want me to go back to Mauritius with my son this time around. So I now told him, look, this is a lot, and I will need time to think about it, and also to consider how to restructure my life back home, so that if I have to come here to Nigeria, I have my setup in place. I've already worked with my workplace to inform them, look, I'm going to be outside of the country for XYZ reason. And that's basically it. So upon hearing that, I think that he was just expecting me to just say yes straight away. And he now told me, okay, fine. How long do you need to make a decision? I told him that I don't know. Just give me some time because I need to think and also to prepare my mind as well. So that is how we ended the exchange. The next day, he came back to the hotel with my child, and he also came with his mother to supposedly have the mother talk to me, you know, maybe in hopes that the mother would get me to a more agreeable position. So me and the mother were talking, and I was telling her that, look, I am very okay with the idea that my child stays back here. I thought about it. I turned it in my head a million times, and to me, it's feasible. But however, I would like to have some more time, spend some more time in Nigeria with my child to prepare him for these huge series of changes that are to come, and also to have an agreement, possibly drafted by a lawyer or a court document stating, okay, this is the agreement that has been reached, agreed between the two parties and signed. This way, when I go back home, I can show it to the immigration because my child is still a minor. That's number one. And secondly, child protective services of the school cannot come and question me as per the whereabouts of this child because I have a court appointed document. That's how it works. You cannot just be exiting territories without having documentation to back the whereabouts of a minor, especially if the minor was in your care when you were traveling. So that same day, I now said, okay, fine, Ma, thank you so much for allowing me to have spoken to you, but I would like my ex to join the conversation because at the end of the day, he's the one I laid with to have a child. So I need him to reassure me to make sure that my access to my child is secure so that moving forward, I have a proper grasp of his vision and what he's trying to do, which is logical. So when he joined the conversation, there's a point where he had a very rude demeanor. It was like he was annoyed because to him it was like, oh, I'm still wasting his time. I'm not saying yes fast enough. So there's a point where he was now just talking. Okay, yeah, you know, I'll give him a phone. You'll have access to him all the time. And then at a point, I started to feel triggered because to me, it was taking me back to all these times when we would have arguments and he would refuse to see my point of view, as if it's only his point of view that matters. So when we were talking, at a certain point, he now said, M. And I now said, what? The same way, just say, for example, somebody is talking to me, they are calling my attention, and I now say, what? I did not think much of how he would feel because I used the word what. But yet, he took it that, oh, I was being disrespectful. I should have addressed him in a proper way. He started going on and on about how I'm insulting him because...
How old is this guy? How old is this your husband?
Okay, he should be 34 this year. I need to check his passport data page. So
okay, so he's 34 years old.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken. So I was like, fine.
What is his name?
His name is Mr. Olabisi. His name is Deji Chidi Olabisi. Most people know him Deji. D-E-J-I. Yes.
Olabisi?
Yes, that's his full name. And
then... All right, Mr. Deji Olabisi, would like to hear your side of the story. Continue, my sister.
Okay. So basically what happened was we had this little thief, right? And suddenly he's like, oh, he wants to go and get food with the child and come back. So I was like, initially I was like, sure, no problem. If you're coming back, I'll be at the hotel. Me, I don't want to go get food with you guys. I'm irritated. When I'm irritated by something, I prefer taking a step back. I'm not going to allow a situation to keep being triggering. So he left the hotel with the child and with his mother. And then I think that 2 or 3 hours later, I call him. I'm like, yo, what time are you bringing my child back? Because you said you're bringing him back. So when I call him, he now tells me, I'm not taking him back. You're on your own. I've taken him from you. All that's left to you now is for you to take your bag and go back to Mauritius. You will never see him again. I'm not taking care of your hotel bill. And basically, you don't have a choice here because it's not like you can get me to bring this child back. I refused to. So when he said back to me, I was shocked. And I felt like this means that regardless of my decision, he had already planned on how to get me down here in Nigeria, take the child from me and call it a day. I call his mother because I'm like, no, it doesn't make sense. I call his mother and his mother tells me the same thing. Oh, there's nothing you can do. We have said what we have said. Better carry your bag and leave Nigeria. You're never seeing your child again. So
how do you take somebody's child? Is this true? Mother of Olabisi,
sorry?
Is this true? His name is Olabisi Abi?
Yes, yes.
Mother
yes.
of Olabisi, is this what you said to somebody else's daughter, that she's never going to see her child again? Please, we'd like to hear from you, because I don't believe you can say this to a mother, that she's never going to see her child again.
So as a result, he even, you know, he was in Mauritius. He was in Mauritius for some time. And then he has friends. We have people we know in common. He had even contacted people in Mauritius to tell them, yo, my son is not going back to Mauritius. He's staying here. I've collected him from his mother now. She can do whatever she wants. She's never going to get him to go back to Mauritius. So it's these people who also contacted me that same day to say, wow, is it true that you have agreed to leave the child back? So I was not like, I have not said anything. I did not even have time to tell him about my decision. So how come he's already announcing to other people that the child is not going back? That means that regardless of what my decision would have been, he had already gotten to his objective, which is to take the child away from me. The child was born in Mauritius and has been with me for 6 years. It was not always easy.
Money this 6 years.
The first six that okay, no, I'm actually not being accurate. When the child was 3 months old, his dad got arrested in Mauritius for importing cannabis.
Whose dad?
The father of my child, my ex.
That's the grandfather of your child.
The father of my child, when we were in Mauritius, my child just turned 3 months old. I gave birth in June. In September, he was arrested for importing cannabis to Mauritius, which is illegal. So that makes it that he spent 3 years in jail. During those 3 years, with a 3-month-old baby, I was running around, going to get lawyer, going to do this, going to do that, to try to make the situation get resolved one way or another. Because he was my husband. The inquiry took very long. And even at that, even after everything that happened, he was released on bail. And after he was released on bail, he came out. And still at that, he blames me for his getting arrested. He's like, oh, I did not
smoking the go together.
I did not see the weed that he imported. It's only the FSL, which is it's like the experts who work in the police and analyze those substances, who have seen the quantity and what he managed to import.
Did you know he was into this kind of business?
No. His cover story was he's a businessman, he does events. He had Mayor Kun come to Mauritius and Davido, but that's beside the point. Me, my own is I was married to somebody who had businesses. He was always between Dubai and Mauritius. So there is no point when I knew he was into trafficking of drugs. I did not know about it.
Substance, please.
Yes. So after that, he came out on bail. His family chipped in. And then when he came out, That's now we started to have issues because he started to listen to a lot of people. A lot of people were feeding him lies about, oh, I was doing this, I was doing that, I was
What were the
entertaining
things they
people.
were telling him that you were doing?
That I was all over the place, entertaining people I shouldn't be entertaining, like giving them the time of the day. Meanwhile, I was basically only talking to people who were helping me, not people who were irrelevant to the story.
Okay, people were helping you personally or helping you with regards to his conviction?
Helping me with regards to his issue, like his own people. For example, he was inside. I was in touch with some of his friends and also his relatives back here in Nigeria. So these are the only people that I was talking to. It's not like I had even met all of his friends. So here's the thing. After all of this, last year, May, he got deported back to Nigeria because the case was over. When you commit a crime of that magnitude and that you have spent enough time in remand, when the case is over, you have to exit the territory. The Mauritian government does not allow you to access the territory anymore, regardless of whether or not you are married there, you're established there, you have businesses there. That's none of their business. You have to go. So when that happened, that is how basically I became the primary caregiver to our child, right? So
Okay.
his story is that I am even the one who went to talk to immigration so that they would deport him. When meanwhile, I never did that. I am not the one who makes these decisions. It's the court. The court system decided. And I remember when they called me, they told me, oh, madam, you need to come and give a statement because your husband is being deported. I told them, I don't want anything to do with that situation because at the end of the day, he will still come out and say, I had a hand in getting him deported. I chose to stay out of it because it's basically done. And everything has been documented. You guys know what he's about, etc., etc.
Okay. So by that time, by the time he was done with his sentence, you guys were no longer together.
No, we were no longer. By the time the court made the decision, we were no longer together.
Okay.
He
So when
came
he came
out.
out of prison, did he come to you, to your house?
Yes, yes. That was July 2022.
Okay.
He spent 2 years in Mauritius between the time when he was released on bail and the time when the decision was made for him to get deported.
Okay. Did you help him
Yes.
appeal the decision? Did you in any way help him at that stage?
No, no, no. There was no point because what happens is once they release you on bail, you just go to court and they will give you a date and a date until eventually they will give you a sentencing, a decision. Are you going back to jail? Are you being deported? Are you paying a fine? So there was no point in us appealing at that point because the decision had not been made. So basically what happened is that he got deported. When he got deported, the child stayed back with me, right? When the
And by
child
then
stayed
you
back
had
with
broken up.
me,
I want to
yes, we had broken up.
so when he came out of prison, while awaiting the decision of the court, you guys broke up.
Yes, yes, we broke
Did
up.
you guys try to make it work, or you just didn't want him anymore, or he
No,
accused
it's
you of
not about
cheating
that.
and then
You know, I can overlook all of the issues that we've had during our wedding. I can overlook it because it takes two to make it work and two to wreck it. Do you get me? But the humiliation he put me through, telling people I was promiscuous, asking random people if they slept with me or if they knew who slept with me while he was not around, accusing me of having embezzled his company money. Which company and which money, I still don't know to this day, but hey, that's what he says.
did you
He
cheat on
was,
him while he was in prison? Honest answer.
I did not, how am I to put it? The thing is that he spent 3 years inside. And, you know, I was still young and then certain things happened. There was mistakes that were made from my part. I was just 22, 23. So the thing is that when he
So
came
you are
out,
saying you cheated on him?
yes, I own it. I don't have any problem in owning up to what happened. Because when he came out, I told him, I want you to know something. While you were inside, I entertained someone.
How many
Because I
people?
did not, oh, there was only one guy. There was only one guy because, you know, dealing with that situation, going to court, juggling my child's school, juggling work. It's not like I had the luxury to be entertaining a series or a roster of guys because I was stressed out of my brains. That's not what I had to do. But I, just like everybody, I have needs. And it was a mistake for me to do that. Some people say I should never have told him that there was another guy, but I did not want that on my conscience. We said that we'd try to give us a clean slate. So I was like, okay, clean slate, it means that I have to own up to my mistakes and admit and confess, regardless of what the consequences will be. So he said that if you do not entertain these people anymore, if you behave and you respect your marriage as from now, he doesn't have any problem. Because it's like he understands, and that if the tables were turned, I was inside for 3 years, he would have done the same thing sooner or later. So we decided to try and give it a real shot. In that process, I think that he came out with a certain mentality and some trauma that prevented him from really
But do you
being
blame him for the
for
trauma?
try better for
You
our
came
marriage, you
out.
mean?
Hold on, I'm just trying to enter him. You see,
Yes.
what I want to do is I want to be able to get him to understand that you can't take a woman's child away from her.
Yeah.
And as long as you've come here, he's not going to take your child away from you. We're going to arrange some sort of agreement, whatever it is, and you're going to have proper access as you deem fit to your child. However, I want you to understand where I'm a Nigerian man, and I know how Nigerian
Yes.
men think. Maybe the men in Mauritius are different, but in Nigeria, Nigerian men don't forgive cheating, even if they tell you they forgive cheating.
I understand that.
You
I
understand?
understand that.
And even if they
Yes.
intend to forgive the cheating, it bothers them a lot,
Of
and it
course.
will need extra work to make the marriage work.
Stand the
Especially
test of
when you
time.
had like a relationship with the guy you cheated with. Because it wasn't just a one-time thing. It wasn't a one-night stand. It wasn't just, oh my God, I made the mistake. You were with him for how long?
I was with him for 9 years.
No, I mean the guy that you cheated with.
Oh no. We had a fling for a few months, maybe less than a year, because being with somebody else is okay. They would be asking you, okay, what's bothering you? I did not also want to always be letting the world know what was going on, so it became hectic for me to keep that situation going. So to make things easier for me, I just owned up and just faced my marriage. But I will say one thing: as much as I understand the point of view of a Nigerian black man, there's also the aspect where when he came out, I drowned myself in work to really show him that, look, I tried to hold it down. And I did not give him enough attention in a way to make him understand that, okay, fine, there was this precedent, but I'm also here to give this the best shot. It was hectic for me. It was really hectic for me. And the quality of person he is did not really make it easy for me to be able to.
I'm not sure it will have been easy. Even if it was me, it will not be easy. I'm not sure there's any Nigerian man. And you see, here's the problem with a broken trust. He went to prison, locked away for 3 years. There is no way he's there imagining what is happening to his wife. His head is full of all sorts of things. You have to, if it took him 5 years to get out of it, you would have had to pet him for 5 years. But the problem with women is you pet him for 1 or 2 months, you realize, oh, he's going to blame me for this for the rest of my life. You know what? I'm not doing this anymore. So there was a lot of bitterness towards you. And then you saying, oh, they're going to deport him. All right, fine. Let them deport him. I don't want to have anything to do with that situation again. It is going to make him very bitter and very angry. So
Okay.
filled with anger. So now you need to appeal to him and let him realize that whatever happened. You have the right as a mother to your child, and you have the right to share the custody with him. You have to be able to have 1 or 2 months or 2 or 3 months when he's with you, maybe summer holiday, he's with you in Mauritius, and then Christmas, he's with his dad. Then next year, summer holiday, he's with his dad, Christmas, he's with you. You have to come to a working agreement in such a way that the two of you have equal access to the child. I don't like the one where you allege that he said that you can't see the child again. That's BS. Nobody can tell a mother not to see a child again, including the mother of the person. But I need you to understand that there's some level of bitterness, and you need to understand where his anger is coming from. You understand where I'm coming from? That's the only way you'll be able to connect with him from a point of reason. It's not like you cannot go to the Mauritius. It's not like you cannot go to the police. I'm not sure Mauritius has an embassy in Nigeria. Mauritania.
No, they don't. They don't. They have
Is
it
it
in
Mauritius or
Maputo.
Mauritania?
Mauritius.
Mauritius.
They
They
have
don't
it
have
in
an embassy in
Maputo.
Nigeria.
No.
So you don't have to. I'm not telling you to beg him, but you need to understand where his anger is coming from.
No, I understand that. I'm not even disputing the fact that he's angry. That is not of my concern. I mean,
no. You see, if
excuse
you
my
say
friends.
that, then you're going to spend the rest of your time running around in circles after him,
No.
trying to catch him when he
Understand what
went.
I'm saying. Maybe I expressed myself in the wrong way here. Sorry, let me take it
Yes.
back. I mean that I understand that there's still resentment and bitterness. I understand that with good reason. But all I'm saying is we've been separated since November 2022, and this is 2025. Despite how rocky everything has been so far, you tell me, okay, come to Nigeria, it's going to be a visit, and then you can go back. And then every time, that agreement that you talk about is what I was initially looking for. Okay, let's have an agreement, simple as that. But when I reported him to the police, he said there would be agreement. Afterwards, he now changed his mind. Oh, I should still go away. When it was August 4th, my initial date of return on my ticket, he was like, he will give me 500,000. He will arrange for them to drop me at the airport. I should just go. No agreement signed, no document about what's going to happen to my child or arrangement or nothing. So it was obvious that his aim was done. He has taken the child already. So now I just need to go. And then through our chats, he has threatened my life, threatened me with getting arrested, etc., just to scare me into leaving and not fighting, not seeking help, just because, oh, it's going to expose him and I was wrong to seek help. Me, I don't even want to trust him anymore that, okay, after we talk, he would understand that he cannot just cut me off from the life of my child. Because these past days, since last weekend until now, every time I call my child, the call is declined. Every time I try to reach out, he will tell me,
No.
oh,
There are many ways to work this out. You can go all out, get the police involved, and then you get your child. But you can also reach out to him, and that's what we're going to try to do on this platform. Reach out, hear his side of the story. We are not looking for who's right or who's wrong. We're only looking for a sharing formula in such a way that you, the biological mother, will have access to your child that you will deem reasonable access, and he will, because sometimes you're trying to come between a couple and one person is being unreasonable. So there are little things like, now let me ask you, if he releases the child to you to go on holiday with you to Mauritius, are you going to bring the child back?
Sir, with all due respect, I will have to see my child first. And so far, I have been extending grace. The grace I extended, the thanks I got was threats, violence. I'm left stranded in Nigeria. And of course, if I push and I get my child back, it's going to take me a minute to be able to come back to Nigeria with this child. Not that I'm looking at getting him back to, again, like prevent his dad to have access from him. But it will take me time because I said, and in front of other witnesses as well, that if this first trip goes well, obviously I will look at maybe having an arrangement. But there's no arrangement that can be reached when every time he's changing his words. He's not reliable. He is not reliable, and I cannot have optimism when it comes to the future. To me, it's like what he will do is he will just cut me off his life. He will wait for the time
Is
to
your
run out for
child
me to go
asking
back.
after you?
He does sometimes, sir. Today I spoke to him, and he said, "Oh, I miss you. Where are you?" He wants to know if his mom has left or not, because I have not even had time to prepare him or let him know what's going on. To me, over there, they're probably just telling him things for him to like not not even want to have a relationship with me. And to me, that's just unfair. To me, it's like I'm being pushed against a wall, and all I have to do is just to agree to just leave and give up. But somebody like that can easily go to the courts in Nigeria and say, I came to Nigeria and I abandoned the child. And one day when I try to contact him, it's the authorities who tell me, oh, you don't have access to this child because way back, this is what was reported. And if I'm no longer here, I cannot defend myself. There's no way I can defend myself. So I've had no other choice than to try to seek help from the authorities. I went to the CID in Alagon. I've also reached out to the embassy. I've tried to reach out to the local press in Mauritius for the story to get attention and for people to advise me, okay, what next? What can I do? I also retained the help of a lawyer. And here in Nigeria, things are expensive. I had to use from my own money. I had to use my money to push my ticket from the 4th to the 14th. And the 14th is just next Thursday. The reason why I did that is not like I still want to stay in Nigeria to be flexing like he claims. No, I want to use that time to try and see, okay, worst case scenario, I go back home without my kid, but at least I have that agreement by stating, okay, starting so period, this child is in the care of his dad, and these will be the terms with regards to how accessible my child would be, what structures are put in place so that I can access him whenever I want to. But yet, it looks like this is not what he wants to do. All he wants to do is to wait for the time to run out and for me to cower in fear somewhere, not there to let my voice heard, not tell anybody this is what's going on. It's just unfortunate because I don't want the person back. I just expected them to respect their words, at least with regards to what they want to do for this child. And so far, it's not reassuring. And at this point, we don't even talk. He told me last week, Saturday, when I want to talk to him, anything I want to say, talk to his lawyer. No problem. Anything I have to tell him, I go through the lawyer. But he's not doing anything. It's not like the lawyer is doing anything. So my only hope is to use the time I have left here to get the help that I need, the advice that I need, to manage and raise some money so that I can go to the Human Rights Commission, get the issue heard in front of a court of justice, regardless of how long it's going to take, so that at least, if really I am wrong for wanting to have access to my child, it's not him telling me that. It's the court who will tell me, look, with regards to what he has said, with regards to what the law dictates in Nigeria, this is what you are, this is what we can do, these are your rights and these are your obligations. And that's all I want at this point, because everything has just been hurdle after hurdle after hurdle, betrayal after betrayal. I'm no longer I'm no longer confident in the fact that he could respect his words. And hey, I understand that he would also have to give his side of the story. So far, that's what he has been doing, and his side of the story has been interesting, to say the least. He's painting the picture of me that, oh, I'm irresponsible and this and that, basing himself off things that happened years ago. And I'm not even questioning those things. All I want is to know, okay, what can be done so that I can have a resolution and possibly go back home with my kid. Because being stranded here in Nigeria without my stuff, because he has not even paid for the last 2 days the hotel bill, and they seized my luggage, is not things that I should have to put up with just because, oh, I'm in a country and he's not respecting his words. That's just BS. Every time I contact him or that he hears I've seeked help, what he will do next is he will find one threat to use. Oh, he will have Lagos State come arrest me. Oh, he will have some people come and harm me. Oh, he has paid police. Oh, and everything that I'm doing is going to be pointless. Me, I want to believe, despite all this time and everything that has happened, that somewhere, somehow, there's an office that will be able to listen to my story, to listen to his as well, and help us make a decision that will be in the best interest of my child. That is all I want. I don't want to even consider the noise of people who will be like, oh no, she's still lenient with him. That's none of my business. My concern is I don't have access to my child. For the past almost 2 weeks now, I've seen him in person only once at the Sametnan Air Force Base for less than 2 hours. Spoken to him on the phone only once. This is not logical. If really there was a structure he wanted to put in place, he would have, now that the child has been with him, to ensure that it's a structure that is working, not a structure that is alleged to be in place, but that nobody is going to use. So it's
All
still
right.
his
So
child.
I want to ask you a
But
question.
yeah,
How old are you?
yeah. Sorry,
How old are you?
I'm 28.
All right. You're 28.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is his picture, all right? This is you. Is this your wedding day?
Yeah, that was back in 2018, 26th of June.
When you got married?
Yeah, that was a picture taken at the reception on the day of our civil marriage. That was at the Hilton Hotel in Mauritius.
Okay. So he's 6 years older than you.
Yes, he seniors me by 6 years.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we're gonna use this as a medium to appeal to Deji. The worst thing you can do to a mother is deny her access to her child. Um, she has come to us to share her story, and I do believe this will afford us an opportunity to have some sort of a dialogue. Okay, somebody says he knows you. He knows him. I am Henry Simon. Henry Simon, send me a request. Let me bring you to the live. Henry Simon, send me a request. Let me bring you to the live. So, I don't want to get in between what happened, what led to the breakdown of the marriage, or what went wrong. I just do not want you to be denied access to your child. And I see it as unfair if a man or woman, a father or mother, has no access to their child. The gentleman who said he knows him from Mauritius, can you please join the live? Can you please send a request? Is there any way we can have you in the conversation? Is there any way we can reach Deji? Is there anyone who can help? Anyone in the house who can help? I'm waiting to see if
Maybe the person who said he knows him has gone offline or something like that.
no, he was here. It's probably, I doubt if he could join in. I know him while I live in Mauritius, but I don't know his place in Nigeria. Okay, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to join. He doesn't want to risk getting into trouble.
First, good evening.
So we have John here. John is also going to ask you some questions. Let us see how we can take this a little further. Go ahead, John.
Madam, good evening.
Good evening.
Madam, where is the child right now? Is it in Nigeria or Mauritius?
He's in Nigeria.
You know it's going to be very difficult. How old is the child?
He's 6, sir. He turned 6 in June.
You know it's going to be very difficult for your husband your ex to release that child to travel out of Nigeria.
Well, I understand it, but that doesn't mean that the way he has
It's
decided to go about it is the right way.
so not difficult per se. It's going to be impossible because he knows that if he gets to Mauritius, he will never have access to that child again. One, you're taking him to a country where he has no rights because he's not a citizen of the country. And as a father, he might not, and like you said, he was in prison there, right? You
Yes.
have a lot against him in that country. If I were his shoes, that child would not leave the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If I was in his shoes, that child would not leave the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I think, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm just being honest with you.
No, I hear that and I respect it. Don't get me wrong. But my own is, look, it has nothing to do with, oh, what kind of record he has. I'm nobody to judge, to be judge and jury with regards to whether or not I would just choose to condemn him based on what happened. If I wanted to do that, that means that I would not be in Nigeria today. With all due respect, sir, I would not.
Yeah,
If I was using the
but
issue,
you
no,
made
let me finish.
Mhm.
Let me finish. You'll get back there. Thank you. If I was somebody who did not decide to look at it like we're on 2025, let me come, let me give it a chance. If I was somebody who was not trusting, at least to give him the benefit of the doubt or give it a chance, I would never have agreed to fly all the way down to Nigeria to bring my son who's 6 years old with me just to go through all of this, honestly. But if you want something done, you don't go about it in this way. This is basically what I am disputing here. It's how he has behaved that is not making me feel confident in having any kind of agreement, because he did not respect anything that he said he would do so far.
Madam, what does your son have a Nigerian passport?
It's easy to
No, he
get.
entered here with a Mauritian passport.
Huh?
He entered Nigeria with a Mauritian passport. He does not have a Nigerian passport. To my knowledge, I've never seen it with my eyes.
If I was your husband, You know what I'll do? I will get him a Nigerian passport. With a Nigerian passport, he will never leave Nigeria because
Now,
of
John,
the fact.
John,
So
see, eh?
that the I'm getting somewhere. See,
Okay.
I understand the mistake you made was letting your child come to Nigeria.
You know, I told you this
That
myself.
was your biggest
Mhm.
mistake.
Mm. You
And
see, it's not every country. John,
that
sorry, hold
mistake
on.
might be
It's not
a
every
long,
country
a
that is
like,
like us. Some other people actually trust people. We, me, I grew up for Niger. Lie. I know. But you see, we need to understand that she trusted him. She
yes,
wanted her son to have a relationship with his
with his
father.
father. I understand.
And she did the right thing. So
Yes,
let us not make her feel bad
I'm
for
not
actually
Daddy
doing the
Freeze,
right thing.
No, no,
Daddy
no.
Freeze,
Sorry,
Daddy
sorry,
Freeze
sorry.
is
Hello. Sorry. Guys, Mr. Daddy Freeze and Mr. John, I appreciate and I understand. I am not here to contend that, was I trusting, was I not trusting? Me, I own up that I trusted him. But I did not, you know, Queen Elizabeth I. Me, I studied literature. I'm a big bookworm. She wrote a poem once that said basically, if you have a suspicious mind, that is worse than you having any illness or any disability. That's how I live my life. I observe what you do, I understand what you do, I process what you do, but I cannot be living my life going ahead just being suspicious at everything all the time. It takes energy
and
and
that
it makes you unable to keep an open mind. And that
and
was my
that's
biggest mistake.
a very
Yeah.
good
So
thing.
Now, going
that's it.
forward, hold on, going forward, Queen Elizabeth is an author, not a psychologist.
Yes,
And
yes.
Queen Elizabeth was not dealing with Nigerians.
True. That part.
So, some in Nigeria, we've learned from the streets to have suspicious mind. We suspect
Mm-hmm.
people even before they do anything to us.
In fact, right now I'm even suspecting Daddy Freeze.
So, the only thing we can do now is, John, how do we help her have access to her child?
The
Let me be very
the best
honest
way.
with you, I'm not sure you'll be able to go back to Mauritius with your child.
Madam, are you guys what kind of marriage do you guys have? Are you guys married?
Divorced,
Are you guys
completely divorced.
were you guys ever married under the act in Nigeria?
No, not under the act in Nigeria.
You can't even take him to court.
Sir, I got
You
married
can't.
to somebody in Mauritius and they went to jail for 3 years.
That's what I'm
So
telling you.
we did not even
That
have time to come to Nigeria
No. You
to
see,
that
have a wedding.
what
madam,
she's trying
I'm
to do is we are trying to look for the plugs, what we can do to help.
yes, yes,
And
yes.
we are eliminating so many things right now. You
Because
can't take him to a court in Nigeria.
because a
I
lot
don't know.
of
We
women
have
will tell you go
Belinda
to court,
here.
go to court. You can't go to
Belinda,
court in
please
Nigeria
help
because
us out.
you're
You
not
said
married
it's in
under the
God's
act.
name.
What I will advise you to do is look for his kingsmen that can talk sense into his head.
For his,
For his
His
family
kinsmen,
members, his
his family
kinsmen,
members, his kinsmen that can
and not
talk sense
women
into
now.
him.
His
His
where is his father?
kingsmen, his kingsmen.
his
Where is his
father,
father?
according to his father is in the UK. He has been separated from them for over 20 years. And it's
Does
only
he
the
have a
mother.
relationship with his father?
To me, the relationship is estranged, but maybe it has changed. Maybe it has changed. I have no clue if it has changed or not because we have not spoken about that, for me to know whether or not.
Madam, even if it's not his father, there every man has people in his life that he respects and listens to.
That's what I'm saying, sir. The only person of reference whom I can think of that how might we this who I can think of and who tallies with what you're describing, his kinsman, is his mother. The only time I reached out to the mother when they took the child, she told me herself, go back to your country. You're not seeing your child
The
again.
mother doesn't
So
have the
to
right to
me,
tell you that. And
yeah.
that
So
is
to
not
me, going
fair
back to
because
them is not. It's not a problem. I
What
know
tribe
I
is
should.
he? What tribe
He's
is he?
Yoruba.
He's
Okay.
Yoruba. His mother
Now,
is
now,
Igbo,
now,
but
now,
his dad
now
is Yoruba.
let me use
Oh,
my
his
tribe for
mother is
example.
Igbo.
Eh.
Yes, sir.
Let me use my tribe for example. If this had happened to you and the person is an Igbo man, you have the right to go to his umonna. That's his kingsman. Huh? His
Mhm.
umonna will actually tell you that the child belongs to them. The child belongs to them. Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
But because of the age of the child, they will plead with him to let the child stay with the mother. Because we Igbos believe that between the ages of 0 to 12 is the stage where a child needs to be nurtured by the mother. You get, so you have to be very diplomatic about this thing. If you go to court, you don't even have a case in court because you were not married under the act, and the Nigerian civil court cannot cannot determine, has no jurisdiction to determine the custody, to even hear about custody of a child that was given birth outside a union that is outside the act. The only court that can decide,
Belinda, please, I
that
need your
the
legal
only court
advice
that
here.
has that jurisdiction, I think, is a customary court. And a customary court will grant full custody, 100% custody of the child to the father.
Okay,
You
no
see, we
problem.
understand
I heard
what you
your
see. We understand what some. I want a proper. I'm inviting a lawyer. So we're going to have a lawyer who is going to um try to talk to us here. So I'm trying to bring Belinda. Hopefully, Belinda will join us. Um, uh, what is his name again?
His name is Mr. Deji Olabisi.
Okay, Deji Olabisi. Okay, Mr. Deji. I don't know what your legal rights are, and I want to be properly advised by someone who understands the law. Uh, but it seems to me that she has a case. Okay, Belinda. Belinda is a lawyer, so Belinda is joining us now. Oh, thank you, Belinda. Thank you so much. I owe you fried rice and chicken for this.
Let's
Hmm.
let's see the case she has.
Let's see.
Because
Yeah.
people will come
All
and
right.
say
So
that
meet
Hi,
Belinda.
Daddy Freeze.
Belinda is a lawyer, and she
Hello.
always helps me out with legal issues with regards to
Mm-hmm.
question and answers here. I owe her so much money now. I don't even want to check
people
my account
saying
balance.
why are people
So,
saying
Belinda, what are your
what
thoughts?
why are people mentioning abduction and kidnapping? A father or a mother cannot kidnap his child. That
Belinda,
issue has been determined a long
is it
time ago.
true?
Which one
Can a
is
father kidnap his child?
Yes.
what?
Oh,
How?
wow.
Under what
What, what
circumstance?
what do you define as kidnap?
Define it.
Kidnap, taking somebody and asking for ransom.
Is he asking for ransom?
No, but you said a father cannot, a
If
parent cannot kidnap their child. That's what you said, and that's
uh,
wrong.
okay. In the case of a father going away with his
In this
child
case,
or a mother going away
it's
with his
not
child,
kidnap.
it
In this
cannot be
particular
kidnapped. It
case,
cannot be abduction.
yeah, in this case, it's not. But I was just correcting the fact that you said a
Oh,
parent
you
cannot
know, but you
kidnap
know
their
what I'm
child.
talking about because you know the father is asking. No father is asking for
I
ransom
don't.
here.
I will not assume. I'm
You know
following
what I'm
what you
talking
said. Good
about.
evening, madam.
Good evening,
Um,
good evening, good evening. Thank you for having joined the live and made the time.
no problem. Welcome to Nigeria. Unfortunately, you're here under very unique circumstances.
Unique is
And
what we do, apparently.
yes, I am sorry, but it's gonna be okay. I'm not sure I got
Hopefully.
all the details of the live, but I'll just follow through. And if anywhere um I get lost, I'll ask you questions. So
No
John
problem.
he has said something. There are two ways you can go about this:
Mm-hmm.
legally and diplomatically or traditionally. So by reaching out to friends and family, people who can speak on your behalf, that's the first option. But the second option is to go by the law. Rightfully, you may not be able to institute an action right now in court, especially because you guys aren't married under the act, you're not a Nigerian. You know, there's so many things under that. However, you can involve the embassies. So it's an international law relationship. So you would have to involve the embassy, the Mauritian embassy in Nigeria, and they'll pick it up from there. Do you understand what I mean? So that's
Okay.
an option. Yes. So you would have to visit them, you would have to write to them, you'd have to make your case known on the international level because countries have jurisdictions. So we cannot
Of course,
just, yes, the law, your wedding happened in Mauritius from your story, it cannot automatically be transferred to Nigeria. Do you understand?
yes.
However, you have your rights, and I'm sure that the Mauritius or Mauritian embassy is ably represented in Nigeria. So you have a case.
Actually, I've already, sorry for interrupting you. Can I just
That's fine.
interject for a little minute?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay, thank you so much.
Mhm.
Actually, I've already reached out to my embassy
Right,
in Maputo, and I already have people in Mauritius who have also reported the issue because I understand that it's an international law situation.
right.
So that is why the thing is, it's just unfortunate because when I started to send mails, for example, I was told to reach out to the local authorities. But the good thing is that the embassies are already involved and they will also need time to actually get somewhere. And if I leave Nigeria without my child, after having reported it to them and not given them that time to take action and contact me while I'm still in Nigeria, then it's pointless. It would be like I was not really serious about what I was reporting. So that's one. And then I will take what you said under consideration. I believe that there's a reason why we are exchanging. There's a reason why everybody gave their point of view. And I also respect that he will still come forward and give his version of the story like he has been so far. I don't have any issue with that. So I will just keep following up with my embassy and hopefully something
Ma-
interesting or some
Do you
peaceful
know?
kind of resolution comes out of it.
madam,
Yeah.
I want to, like I asked you earlier, your son only has a Mauritius passport, right?
Yes, sir.
The only time your country is going to weigh into this matter is if he's only a citizen of Mauritius. They cannot weigh into the matter of a child who holds a Nigerian passport in Nigeria. Your country's embassy is your territory only within its embassy. That's why I'm telling you this is if you know how to stop him from gaining a Nigerian passport, do that now.
Okay, I will
Because
look into that.
once he has a Nigerian passport, once he's a Nigerian, okay, for
Now, let me
example,
also break your heart, M. The next stage is he's going to ban you from coming to Nigeria.
How's
That's
he
why
going
I
to do
cannot
that?
just leave, sir, because I can already see that
Daddy,
coming.
how's he going to do that?
no,
He just writes to the embassy, just does something.
To say what?
Simple as
Do you
that.
need a visa to come to Nigeria? Did you need a visa to come to Nigeria?
Yes,
Oh.
my child was given a visa. Me too,
What
I had
about
to get
you?
one. Yes, yes, I had to get a visa. It was not visa on arrival. It's e-visa.
Daddy,
E-visa.
please,
Oh, okay,
to be
okay.
very
So
honest, your case is not a lost case. Not at all. It's not even close to being a lost case. I don't see how it's a lost case. If you are sure that you are the mother of your child, then there are procedures.
but if the
There's an
father is sure
international.
that he's the father of the child, uncle.
Are you trying to say that your husband or your ex-husband should never see your child? Is that your advocation?
no,
So,
that's why she brought the child.
Belinda,
Yeah,
I'm just coming from. Let me act like the father of this child now.
that's fine.
If she says I can see the child, what guarantees me that I am going to see that child? If the child is living outside the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me get what her prayers are. You are not asking that your child leaves Nigeria. You are
that's
asking
what she's
after
asking
seeing the
for.
child.
That's
No,
what she's asking for.
let's
Okay.
hear from her. Let's pray. What are your prayers? What are you asking for?
What do you want? M.
Actually, when he told me the plan on that same weekend that my child was taken, I was willing to tell him, look, you can have the child if you have an agreement that is a court, that is notarized that is backed with a notarized document or a court issued document, right?
Yeah.
But during the time that I've been here, he has shown me that he would not respect any of the terms that he says he would in the future. So I'm not confident about being able to trust that he would deliver during all of these instances where I would be to come to Nigeria to see my child. If I
Okay,
go back,
let
I'm
me
not saying that I'm
let me
going back and he's never going
let
to.
me rephrase the question. If the authorities
Okay.
get involved, assuming this were a proper court, and they're asking you that it can be negotiated, if your your ex-husband stays in Nigeria with the child on the agreement that you can see him as you guys agree or schedule, would you agree that he stays with his father and you can visit him?
The way I've been threatened, my life,
No, I'm not talking
etc.,
about, I'm
etc.
not talking, we're saying when you are before the authorities. In other words, they have considered the threats, they have considered you. What would your prayers be? Are you requesting that you still want to take your child away from his father, or you are okay with the initial plan?
I want him to have access to his child, but I am not agreeing with leaving my child here with him. Simple
Okay,
as that.
okay,
Now,
okay.
let me give you a bit of advice. There are decisions, and that's why people need to be careful what they read in books. Anything you see in a book, somebody wrote it.
Yeah, true.
And it can be contested. If you had family like me, I will tell you to tell your ex to meet you in London. You will carry the child and go and meet him in London. When he has not seen his child, you will come back, he will come back. If he can't come to Mauritius, you people meet somewhere. Not this Nigeria.
That's also an option. I mean,
No.
in
That
a
was
parallel
before you
universe.
came. You understand?
Yes.
And going forward in life, I don't live my life with paranoia. I don't live. You have taken a step that you may never be able to reverse. So what we are going to do now is, how do we live with this step? How do you work with this? Because I don't see the possibility of you going back this trip with your child. I want to be honest with you. Do I
Yeah,
see
I hear
somebody?
you.
No, I will never take a 6-year-old from his mom, no matter what. But you did not marry me. You understand what I'm saying? You didn't marry me. You
Yes,
married
yes.
somebody else who is ready to take their child away from you.
That's the truth.
So right now, hold on, John, and I want Belinda to advise. Right now, you do not have all the choices in the world. What I believe you have is what, because if he dodges you for 2 months, you don't have any income in Nigeria. You'll be frustrated and you have to run back to your country and then start
Yeah.
fighting from a proxy. So the only thing you have right now, you have put yourself in this condition. If you were my family, I would never have allowed you to bring a child to Nigeria. This Nigeria that has no head. You understand what I'm telling you?
Yes, I hear you. I hear
You
you,
get me?
sir.
So it's a bad situation. The best you can get from this, the worst you can get from this situation, you are not going to see your child till he's an adult. That's the worst. The best is you come up with some sort of agreement where you come and visit your child twice a year. Then maybe after 2-3 years, you can now take him on holiday to Mauritius with you. Maybe for summer holiday and bring him back. Maybe 1 year you do summer, the next year you do Christmas. Deji, that's what I'll advise you. Don't take a child away from his mom. The child will hate you in future. This video on social media will last forever. Your child will watch it and see that you stole him from his mom. You might be winning now. But if I ever grew up to watch a video like this, of where my mother came on a live program and said that my father stole me away from her. I will never forgive my father. Oh. As I did like this, you get waiting me and my pastor, they quarrel about 30 years later. And there are things that people do for their dad that I don't do for my dad because of what he did to my mom or what he did to me 30 years ago. I'm 50 next year, Deji. If there's any advice I will give you, is work with this woman. You are the one that holds the knife. You are the one that holds the yam.
Daddy Freeze, stop this thing you're doing. Has the man told you why he does not want the child to be with the mother?
No, there's no reason
Like,
on this planet.
no.
Unless it's
Daddy
a
Freeze,
listen, according
Daddy
to
Freeze,
law, there are only
Daddy
two
Freeze,
reasons:
Daddy Freeze,
insanity.
Daddy Freeze. You don't judge someone in absentia. What if the man has seen the mother knocking in front of his child? Don't judge someone in
I
absentia.
don't
Let
think
him
so.
no.
Okay,
Don't judge
you
the
are
man in
right,
absentia.
John. In that
Don't judge the
extent,
man in
John. Okay,
absentia.
we want to hear from Deji now. You see,
Hey, hear
now
from
you need
him
to hear.
first
All right, all right.
before you start blaming
So,
him.
but you see, John, I'm working under assumptions. What I'm trying to say is Deji holds the knife, Deji holds the yam now. He can do and undo. If I were a kid, I was 6 years old, decisions will be taken on my behalf. I won't take any decision. But trust me, the moment I turn 18 or 17, when I can now start taking my own decisions, things will change. You.
If I were this,
And
this woman, madam, if I were in your shoes, if you were my sister, I would advise you to play him the same way he played you. You see, all these people advising you call Interpol. Interpol does not have time for this kind of case. There are so many people they are chasing. There's so many uranium they're chasing, going to so many places they are chasing. Play him the same way he played you. Gain his trust, get your child, and run away too. That's all you can do.
Okay. So,
You know,
now, John, that's not going to happen
Why?
exactly.
because he's not like her. She came with a mindset that is his father. I trust him. Nigerian man doesn't trust you. So if Nigerian man is bringing that child, he will handcuff his hand to the child's hand.
No, the aim is not to keep using things that can now lead into more trouble to sort out this issue. This is not what I'm trying to do. I
Okay, hold on.
understand.
I want to explain what can work now.
Mhm.
You need to let him trust that you are not running away with the child. We need to be reasonable. First things first, you need to have access to your child. Access unlimited on the phone. Access unlimited twice a year. You have, and let me advise you, Deji. This is what you will do so that your child will respect you in the future. You don't want, till my grandmother died, I despised her. One of my uncles was opening a business. He wanted to name it after my grandmother. I promised him money. The day he told me he wanted to name it after my grandmother, I didn't give him 1 naira. Because of what my grandmother did to my mother. Learn this thing. Don't let your mother, you have the aces. If what she's saying is true, you have the aces. But remember, this child will turn 18 one day. And if you see, between now and 18 is only 18 years. If your child lives to be 80, between 18 and 80 is 62 years. Do you want to have your child for 18 years and lose that child for 62?
Okay, Daddy Freeze, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
With the advice, if she takes the child and his father doesn't have access to him, will the child forgive his mother?
He will not.
Exactly. So why are we making it sound, Daddy Freeze, hold on. Why are we making it sound like the mother has more rights over her child than the father? They have equal rights.
But you see, we have a tricky
Equal
situation.
how? Why? I
Belinda,
understand she's a mother, she's a woman.
how
She
can
wants,
in Nigeria, I
yeah,
went through divorce in Nigeria.
yeah.
I know how they can play the courts in Nigeria.
No, Daddy Freeze, we're not disputing that. I'm just trying to make her
I'm
understand
not
that.
talking legally now. I want to see realistically.
Daddy Freeze, I'm
How
speaking
can this work?
realistically. Madam, I'm sorry I forgot your name. Emily,
M.
right?
Emily.
Okay. Emily, your son is your son, and I understand the bond a mother has to a child. But I need you to know, especially because your child is not a suckling child anymore. His father has equal rights to him like you do. So if you
Mhm.
are coming now to say you want your child to take him away to Mauritius, especially because your ex-husband cannot go to Mauritius,
Mauritius.
you do have quite a peculiar situation. And I think that the first thing you need to do is to work on your mindset by understanding that this is also his child. And I want to
Mm-hmm.
presume that you're trying to raise a healthy child. So the
Mm-hmm.
child needs a balance of both father and mother, especially because they are still alive. So, what exactly is your plan if you take this child with you? How exactly do you want this child to have access to his father, knowing fully well that his father has criminal records in Mauritius and cannot easily come there?
Hmm.
Thank you. I never said that because of the issues or because of his records, he has lost all of his rights to his child. I would never pretend that. I would never pretend that, honestly, regardless of what has happened. But if I am going back, then fine. He would have to be talking to his child. And then in the future, maybe I would even follow Daddy Freeze's advice and agree for us to be meeting in a different country, not Nigeria, so that we do not repeat the same mistakes or we don't come back to trauma spaces. Because you see, I also consider it from my child's point of view. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a child psychologist. But when I look at it this way, this is what I see, right? He used to be in Mauritius, in Rodrigues, where it's an island. His life was different. He had different routines and a different set of people who was around him. Now, suddenly, he has to face all of these changes, be in a new environment, be with people that he doesn't really know, who are assuming that, oh, he's not loved where he was. So we have to show him XYZ. And the aim was never that he should not be in touch with them. I never ever said they don't have any right to be in touch with their kin. That's not
No, 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 no.
what is
I
going
know
on.
that you are not
No,
an
no, no.
against.
Let me finish. You will
Okay,
understand where I'm
okay,
going with
yes,
this.
okay, please go
Because
ahead.
if I did, I would not have flown to Nigeria. But the issue is, okay, going forward now, this is what has happened since we've been here July 23rd. What assurance do I have that he would respect his words in allowing me to access my child on the phone, allowing me to visit him, respecting what terms the agreement comes with, and not turning his back and going to report me to a court to say, oh, I came to Nigeria, I abandoned the child, and me when I contact my child, I am told that, oh, according to this record, you have no right to your child anymore because obviously you just left him. This is what I do not want.
Okay, okay.
So
So
I hope that this has given you a better picture of my stance on things as at today.
I understand you absolutely, and I would suggest that you try both ways. You try ethically by involving maybe family and friends, but I insist, I don't have the right to insist, but I strongly advise that you would get the authorities involved as well. Because
No
ethical
problem.
agreements, when you involve just friends and family, can easily change. You know, he can wake up
Yes,
tomorrow and he
yes.
doesn't want to. So I think you should involve the authorities in whatever agreements that you guys have. You may need, I don't know if you know anybody in Nigeria who can, because you have to go back to your country. So you need somebody who
Belinda,
can
please, I have a
follow up.
question.
Yeah.
Can you
Just hold on.
determine? Can
One
we? Can
second.
we talk?
Okay.
Can they determine the custody of a child born outside a union outside the act?
Yes,
Can
under
the courts? Can
customary,
the court?
yes, customary courts can.
But we all know that a customary court
Even
will follow the
even
customary
if
laws.
the child is not born under the act, you can because people who are not even married, you know, get
Have
to
children.
have children. Yeah, so you can. Custody
But
custody is a different thing from marriage in itself. But I'm not even suggesting that for her, like to go to court right now, because for her to go to court as a non-Nigerian citizen may be more technical. Do you understand what I'm
What
saying?
are the technicalities?
She would need to get some form of authorization from, maybe her embassy. She would need to like get a letter, something to just show that, okay, you are not Nigerian, you already have your passport, but you need to involve the international bodies. That's what I'm saying to you this evening. Do you understand me, madam? So
Yes, I do. I
what I
do.
would advise you to do is you need to get representatives in Nigeria. You need to get
Mm-hmm.
representatives. So when you have spoken to your ex-husband ethically and you guys come up with agreements, those
Mm-hmm.
agreements must be documented. And not just documented, then they will now be notarized in court of competent jurisdiction. So for instance, right now we have agreed that you taking your son away with you immediately is it's going to be quite a hassle, especially because you don't live here and you don't have all the time to remain here. So get the agreements to find ways where you can communicate with your son over the phone or however, and be allowed to see him when you can. When this agreement has been reached, it should be documented and notarized by the authorities. That
In
would,
fact, the
Thank you, ma'am.
authorities can in fact the authorities can even enforce that he provides logistics
yes, yes,
for
all of
you
that.
to come and see your child.
Yes,
If he's
when
not going
you
to take him to you, then he must pay your flight ticket to come see your child, pay your hotel to come see your child,
Mm.
and when you're done, you go back. These are the things. We're just telling you what you should expect. Is it this for telling you to go and call Interpol? Interpol will only weigh in a criminal matter. The man has not committed
I
any
hear
crime,
you. I
as far
hear
as
you,
I'm concerned.
officer.
The man has not
I
Now,
hear
committed
you.
any crime,
But
as
now,
far as
is
I'm
there
concerned.
anything child services in Lagos can do to help, Belinda?
Um, yes, I'm sure that there's a lot child services in Lagos can do to help. And that's where this agreement, things like this negotiation on a round table
Will
will
come,
come
yeah.
in. Yes.
And
So
they
that's why I
will,
said
might involve the Ministry of Women Affairs,
yes and all of
because,
that.
yeah, the Ministry of Women
So
Affairs
your
and all
case
of
is
that.
not a lost case, but just remember that the father has equal rights to be with his son as much as you do.
All right.
Yeah.
Belinda, if you
Yeah.
were to assist her, what would the cost be?
Um, I'm sure we can discuss better offline.
You know why I want to discuss, so that if we can raise money, we raise money. So she has some sort of legal representation.
Legal representation is not, it's not something I can just tell you now. I'd have to consider a lot of things.
Uh-huh. But
Yes.
it will be like pro bono, sha, but you will still get paid. But you'll be small, you help us. Because she has nowhere to turn to.
Lawyers
She's
don't do
alone in this country.
Belinda, it's out, it's not ethical for a lawyer to do pro bono, right?
No, it is ethical,
It's
actually. It is
ethical, it's
encouraged.
allowed.
It is allowed. I mean,
it's at the discretion of a lawyer.
if you want
But
to be an SAS, you have to have done quite a number of pro bono cases, actually. Yes,
That's
no
go
why I'm
ahead.
begging
problem.
Belinda, because Belinda rate is high. But I know that for
Mhm.
us, just because, do you have any legal representation?
Madam.
So far, I've had to, sir. I've had to get a
Okay.
barrister who has been so kind as to take on my case. But
Okay.
I will still need more legal representation because the kind of authorities I have to be appealing to, I take it that the lawyer needs to have some kind of a considerable credibility and have more context. So I will still this coming week, I'm still going to take out some of my time to like talk to other lawyers as well to see what can be done and also to let my current lawyer know what's going on because I don't just want to ditch his help because somebody else has accepted to represent me. It's not
It
proper.
doesn't even work like that. You
So
can't just change your lawyer like that.
You
Anyways.
can't
yes.
just quit your lawyer.
Also,
What I asked
with
for is,
regards
I
to
didn't
what
know you had legal representation. That is why I was trying to
oh
appeal to Belinda, even though I know Belinda is very
mhm,
busy
mhm.
and she might not even have the
Okay, no
time. But
issue.
I want you to be properly grounded
No,
and
but
guided. Go on,
Belinda,
John.
The issue
changing
is,
a lawyer. They have not appeared in court, so she doesn't have a lawyer yet. Until the lawyer makes an appearance,
I don't think so. I
right?
think
No,
the moment you
no,
walk up to a lawyer, you already have a lawyer.
these are ethical issues. It's not like it's a crime. It's just
In law,
ethics.
a
In law, it's
verbal
just
agreement is an agreement.
Is
The
it
minute I tell you, okay, can you represent me, and you say yes, we have a deal. That's the way I understood it.
that's
But
the way it
even
is.
at that, even at that, I'll still have to on their decisions and take the barrister along
Of
to let
course.
him know, look, this is the situation, this is what I am of mind of doing. So how
Okay,
can
but
we
sorry, let me
move
ask the
forward?
question.
Madam,
What
let
is
me
your
tell you in Nigeria, this barrister that you're taking along, Nigerian lawyers, you use someone that you trust to, you can go and give that barrister small money and he will start
That's
talking
what
up
I'm
and down, up
saying,
and
sir.
down.
Even the
If I'm
trust that
Deji,
you talk
I'll look for
about
that your barrister.
is not.
I'll look for that your barrister and change and maybe change his shoes. And
okay? But
you will
what is
start.
your
A
lawyer's
Deji
barrister
has
will be the
advice?
already
one doing like
said
this.
he paid law enforcement, so paying a lawyer is not a
What is
big
your
thing for
lawyer
him, I'm
currently
sure.
advising? What is your lawyer's advice at the moment?
My lawyer advised me that we should try and get to court because him too, he's been in touch with Deji, he's been in touch with his lawyer, and he sees that he cannot be reasoned with. So that's our stance right now. So hey,
Okay, okay, I'm sorry
I
I'm
will
asking the question
consider
again.
what you guys said.
Okay, okay, that's fine.
Sorry?
No, I was
I will
going to make
consider what you guys said
okay.
and take the two approaches under consideration
Now,
because anything that wants to happen is going to be Monday anyway. So we will surely move ahead with a clear understanding and knowing what steps to
guess
take
who
so
I
that
ran
I
into?
can talk to one of his kinsmen and then I can
I
also
thought
let
I could
my
sneak in.
embassy be able to talk
Ah,
to work is what I mean.
so
Sorry.
I ran into. I thought I could sneak in
Okay.
and just have dinner.
Mhm.
Madam, like I said, please, if you can go to immigration on Monday, register this case because, like I said, the next thing he's going to do is to make a Nigerian passport for your child.
Okay.
And to make to get, for a minor to have be issued a Nigerian passport, he needs the passport data page of the parent that accompanied him, and a consent letter accompanied with the passport data page of the other parents.
Oh, okay.
That is the only way you can be issued a Nigerian passport. But all these things have a way around it. But if you
Of
lay a
course.
formal complaint, then the authorities will be in the know in
Mm-hmm.
case that way around it presents itself. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, yes, I understand what you're
In
saying.
case
I
that way
understand.
around it presents itself,
Mm-hmm.
because I if I'm just because me too, I'm a criminal like Deji. I think like criminals. If I was in his shoes, the first thing I'll do is to obtain a Nigerian passport for that child. That would that will not give that will make the Mauritius embassy in Nigeria would not have legal authority to fight for that child as a Mauritius citizen.
Okay,
If
no
that child
issue.
is just born of two Mauritius parents, the embassy in the Mauritius embassy in Nigeria can fight for each citizen within Nigeria. But if
Mm-hmm.
the child is also a Nigerian citizen, that citizenship, the Nigerian citizenship, which is the soil, the jurisdiction he is in, takes precedence.
No problem, sir. No problem. Thank you so much for having shared that insight. I will definitely do that first thing Monday morning because yeah, I understand you. I understand where you're coming from. It's definitely going to be useful to me. Hopefully it helps matters. Yeah,
Okay. Um, all the best. That's all I would say
no
for now.
problem. Thank you so much for having shared your insight.
Yes, that's fine.
Hmm. So, John, thank you very much.
Mhm.
Belinda, thank you very much. What I'm going to say to you, M, is at this stage, it's more of a negotiation stage. And if you play your cards well, you may be able to at least have reasonable access to your child and as your relationship with your ex improves, he may even allow you to take your child to go to secondary school
You understand?
in Mauritius, for instance.
Somebody, sorry to interject. I hear you, Daddy Freeze, and I totally agree. Somebody in the comments said, it's crazy how I am not crying. And that, what does she mean? She said it's
Why,
crazy, but I'm not crying.
why will you cry? There's a child with a ghost. The child is his
Cried
biological father.
since that has happened, and how much strength it's taking me to not cry and be able to give you guys a coherent version of the story. So, my sister, what you see is it's just like tolerance. I've built a tolerance to not cry. I cannot cry here. If I start crying here, I'm not going to be able to tell my story. So, yeah, there's your answer.
Madam,
Thank you, Mr. John. I will do
I think
what you said. Thank you.
like I saw someone write on the comment section saying that you getting a Nigerian passport. I didn't ask you to get a Nigerian passport. I hope you understand what
Oh
I mean.
no.
What I mean
Yes,
is
yes, no, we are not talking about
inform
me. We were
yes,
talking about my child.
inform the authorities that you have a minor child who is who holds the passport of your country, and you, from the best of your knowledge, you have not given your consent for him to obtain a
Yes.
Nigerian passport. So for those
Mm-hmm,
that
mm-hmm,
are
mm-hmm,
those,
mm-hmm.
some women, like once they hear this kind of, their emotions will overweigh their judgment. That are hearing with their hair, their Brazilian hair, not their ear. Will keep writing on the comment section.
That's
So
where
I
our
know
whole
exactly what
problem
I'm
starts.
saying. So please
Yeah, I know.
tell them that you have not given your consent to him obtaining a Nigerian passport. Then you
Definitely.
can block
Definitely.
that. Yes, you can block that.
Okay.
Because if for him to get a Nigerian passport, he will need a valid ID, and his only valid ID will be that Mauritius passport. If you have the passport number
Okay.
or a copy of that Mauritius passport number, Mauritius passport, you submit it to them so that they'll put it in their system.
Good.
So that once that number comes in, it blocks it. You understand? They will
Okay.
now ask
No
for the
worries.
physical presence of the second parent for them to
Mm-hmm.
issue that passport.
To issue the passport. No problem. No problem. No problem.
All the best, madam. I'm with you in spirit. All the best.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do.
Okay. I mean, we don't have all the time. I was going to ask you a few more questions, but no problem. Maybe if I get to talk to Daddy Freeze later or something.
You can still reach out to me via DMs, and we can have a conversation maybe on WhatsApp or something like that when you have some time, when it's convenient for you, so that you can have more
More
context.
insight, right?
And
Right.
yeah, I would definitely like that. I would
Mm,
like that.
okay, that's fine. No problem.
Thank you.
Peace of the Lord be with you. God grant you strength to
Amen. That's a prayer,
overcome
sir.
this. And maybe this is just God's way of bringing you and your husband together. You guys can make peace between each other,
Excuse my French, but
and
okay.
you will live happily ever after. Madam, there is nothing better than being at peace, both parents being at peace to raise a child. One parent never raise a child well, whether you like it or not. You cannot raise him better, he cannot
Yes.
raise him better. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe this is just a way God wants you guys to fight, and at the end of the day, one day while you're fighting, you start crying and start kissing, and that's it. God has his ways of doing things. Anybody that is telling you
Yeah, I believe so.
fighting, no matter what you do to the father of your child, if he grows up and finds out that you were the one who caused his father to be this way, or you were the one who caused his mother to be this way, he will not forgive you. So
Of course,
tread with caution.
because we have minds
Tread
of
with
their
caution
own.
while
Yeah,
you're pulling
Benia,
your
I did
sword.
like Kilo Shele.
Hmm?
No, sorry. Somebody else is calling me. It's calling me back to
Okay.
back. Benny, I'm
No
live.
problem.
What's up? All right. Yeah, continue what you were saying. Sorry, my phone kept ringing.
Go on,
Okay,
Mama.
cool. Then no problem. I will process everything that was said. I'm very grateful that you made the time. You're very busy, And I really appreciate that you still tried and reached out to people who are in a position where they could be of advice. So I'm definitely going to sleep on it, pray on all of this, and know how to move forward so that we can have some kind of the peace that John spoke about. So
Yes,
that
yes.
me, I know that with the kind of choices that I make going forward, I can work towards having more peace in my mind and in my heart with
You could
regards
just relocate to
to.
Nigeria and live happily ever after.
What are your
Sorry,
qualifications?
what?
What are your
I said you could just
qualifications?
relocate to Nigeria and live happily ever after with your husband and your child. And you give your son
Oh
a
no, I
sister.
don't know.
What are your qualifications? Did you go to the university?
I studied law.
You studied law
Yes.
in Mauritius.
No, actually, it was a university based in Wales called Aberystwyth University. They had a branch in Mauritius. I studied for law with criminology, and then after that, I had the chance to participate in an exchange program, and I went to Wales to finish my degree. So
That means if
that's
you
what
do
I
law
do.
school in
I don't
Nigeria, you can actually
practice.
practice in Nigeria. Abi Belinda.
Yes,
I
but
think
you
I,
No,
don't.
no, no, no. If I want to practice law in Nigeria, I would have to do further studies and pass the bar exam of the
yeah, that's
Yeah,
law school
Yeah,
now.
that's the
Nigerian
That's law
law
Bar
school.
school. That's
Association.
the law
Just
school. 2 years.
one year law
Mhm.
school. 1 year
No,
law
two
school.
years.
Oh,
It's 1 year.
no.
it's
Back home,
1 year and plus
my
because she's
mother
coming
needs
from
me.
somewhere else.
My family needs me. We all have businesses. She's getting old. She turned 50 last year. I currently work in
Yeah, but your
advertising.
child also needs you, and you brought your
And
child
Your,
here.
your child needs you more.
Your child needs you more.
I
Your child
know,
needs you
I
more.
know, but I know, but I believe that my future is definitely still cloudy with regards to how we're going to have the best
So
structure
if Deji
going
wants
forward.
peace,
But
if Deji wants peace and Deji turns a new leaf and wants you guys back together, if Deji does ticks all those boxes that he ticked wrong, right? Won't you
oh
consider it
no, no, it's not
for the
possible.
best interest
Mm-mm.
of your child?
I cannot.
For the
It's for my
best
child,
interest.
but I cannot.
Listen,
It's
let me
for
tell
my
you
child,
something.
but I cannot.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Most times in life, most decisions we have when we make when we have children are not for us, but our kids.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, but what kind of example do I set if I know I am not genuinely happy in a situation?
I said if
My
he
child will
ticks
take
all
it
the
that it's
boxes.
normal
I
for.
said if he ticks all
No,
the
no, no, no,
boxes,
no.
right?
Regardless, listen to me. Consider the point of view of, okay, if I'm doing this for my child, right? To me, I think that this is just an opportunity for me to prove to myself and prove to my child that, okay, I'm still giving it a chance, and I don't necessarily want to rely on, oh, getting back with his father to show him that that's the only way towards happiness. I believe that after my separation, my ex got better for it. I think I got better for it. I focused on my healing journey. I did a lot of introspection. So I'm not looking at jeopardizing all of that work just because, oh, I'm being offered this, I'm being, maybe in time, maybe 20, 30 years down the line. But right now, the aim is mommy needs to have peace with the decisions she's making for the betterment of her child, but that does not include the remote possibility of being back with the dad, because I believe that we'll end up killing each other. No, there's no love there. There has never been love there. So we
They have
just
never
we just
been.
have to. I don't think so. I honestly don't think so, because he said with his mouth verbatim that, oh, he could never trust me again. We can never get back together. He has told me this times and over since I've been in Nigeria.
But
We
you did,
It's not like I was expecting anything different.
but you did something wrong now. He has the right. Yeah, see, when you people hurt people and people say things, don't judge them based on the things they said. Judge them based on the
How did
things that
I
you
do
made.
something? How did I do something wrong in coming to Nigeria, bringing my child despite our our rocky relationship, trusting that he would do right by me and my son during this short stay. And then he takes it away just like that. I'm expected to go back. To me, I'm not looking at what happened in the past. I'm not, I'm just looking at these past few days. How has he behaved? And it's only time. Just like if he says, okay, he doesn't trust me now, he can trust me one day in the future. That will take building for us to get back to that point. And me too, it will take me time to get to that point where I can look at him like somebody who gave me a son and be like, okay, this is somebody who I can trust again. It will take me time. You have to understand that these past days have really been heavy
Madam, did you
emotionally
just say
because
somebody who gave you a son?
we conceived a child together. Maybe it's the expression that I used that
Nigerian
was
girls,
not.
una they hear? Una they hear? Nigerian girls, una they hear? Una go they talk like say na come una they didn't get pikin. Una they you see una they hear sense? Yeah, Nigerian girl say yeah, a child I bought for 9 months. Did you
No,
get what
it's
she said?
not.
Someone who gave me
It's
a
not
No,
son.
just one sided.
you see, one thing I want you to understand is she's intelligent. She has a plain heart. That's why sometimes I feel sorry for her. She has a very plain heart. I asked her, did you cheat on the guy? She said, yes, she cheated on him. Nigerian girl, where you catch, we ball her for her bake. Go tell you, say, na corn. Say, no, be ball her.
Nakon. Even if that bola on and so
And
and
so,
so.
so you've got to understand that I was talking earlier on. I did a little skit earlier on when a woman, I asked the woman why she wasn't married, and she said that all the guys that are toasting her don't have cars, don't have houses, that the one guy managed to have a Corolla, but then he's living in Surulere. That she wants a guy that is living in Lekki. Me, I'm now thinking that after I've built house, I've bought car, I'm now living in Lekki. It is now you that I will pick. Do you understand? What is
Yes.
there in you?
Yes.
You understand that unreasonable expectation that I bore a child for 9
I
months.
bought a
No.
child for 9 months. Yeah.
There's
Did you hear how she said it?
a woman,
He gave
look
me
at
a
her now.
child.
She's not asking the man to take care of her. When your husband divorced you, what did you get? What did he give you financially?
What did he never gave me anything, sir? He just gave me heartache. I
Okay.
didn't receive
The
anything.
average Nigerian woman believes that
The person
he
that
owes her
Mauritius
half
will
of
go
what he
marry
has.
you.
Daddy, please, what did you say?
They will tell you that
The
you're all
average Nigerian
wicked.
woman believes that if a man divorces her, he owes her half of what he has.
He owes her,
No.
and they will tell you that I was at home taking care of your children.
Taking care of your children. You see, somebody did a number on us in this Nigeria. As in, somebody was actually arguing with me. They said, Daddy, please, if you have 5 houses, will you give one to your ex and you are divorcing? That ex will have had to be a very good ex in my life. Say, okay, she just they catch me. Now me they mess up. I'm not going to give her boys quarter. Why
Daddy,
do I
please.
have to give you anything? It's
Daddy,
your
please, if I
family
have five
house.
You're
houses,
mean.
Daddy,
You
please,
said not even voice
if I
content.
have 5 houses, I'll give one to my child.
Oh,
My child will be the owner
now
of the
my
house.
children get the house now.
The
Which kind
mother,
of the
the
kind the
mother
house
will
go
be his
heaven?
tenant. My child will be the owner of
Okay,
the house.
but
No, you see, let me tell you, once woman pack enter house, they know they feel come out them.
No, but if the child
So
owns the
me,
house
instead
and
of me giving that idea that I'll give you the house for 18 years, once woman don't enter house, anything where she go use take hold out. So instead,
so
go
Daddy,
and
please,
look for a house. If the
okay,
house is 2 million naira, here is 700,000. Complete the rest by yourself. You have hand and leg. You are not handicapped.
does this matter if the child is living with the mother?
Eh? If
If
the
the
if
child,
the woman likes, if the child cannot live with her, come and live with me in my house. Oh.
I no force you.
I don't force you.
In my father's house,
If
there
you
are many mansions there.
listen, Belinda, see, I know that's what the law says, but the beauty of the law is we are in Nigeria.
The law did not say anything like that in Nigeria.
No, the law says you will take care of the whoever the child is domiciled with, you will take care of the I
That is
get
not what the
one
law
guy. Make I
says.
tell you
That's not
something.
what the law
I
says.
get one guy. He go court. He say he doesn't earn 1 naira in a
That's not what
month.
the law says.
No, ask Belinda. Belinda says
The law
the law
says the
actually
law says
says
the law says you will contribute.
Hmm?
You will contribute. Contribution can be 1 naira.
no. It has to be reasonable.
The law says you
It
will
has, like
contribute.
for
Daddy
instance, now if
freeze.
they drive Rolls Royce, you can't say now 50K you get to give
Daddy,
for it.
daddy
No,
freeze. Daddy freeze. Daddy freeze. The law says you will contribute.
Belinda, what does
And
the law
if
say? Tell
if the
John.
that's what the law says.
Let me hear from my. Let me hear from
Learned
John.
colleague.
I
The
can
law says
understand
that you
learning
will
colleague, but
contribute.
not
The law says that you will contribute to the upkeep of your children.
Yeah.
okay.
That's what the law says. And
Contribution.
that upkeep, the contribution
Go
is
ahead. Go ahead.
the basic contributions are the basic things the child requires is shelter, education, clothing, medicals,
Food.
and food. Sorry, those are
Yes.
the basic
Food.
things a child requires.
No.
Now,
No. Okay.
now, if you're contributing to shelter, you can contribute to shelter. Like that, if you say this house rent is 2 billion naira, take 700,000.
It's not for Daddy Freeze to say how much he's going to give.
It is for the free to say how much he can afford.
The law is supposed to check how much Daddy Freeze earns.
The law is not
Now,
supposed to
let me
check how
tell you
much.
something. Let me tell you what somebody where
The
I
law
know.
has no business.
Hold on.
John, excuse
Let me
me.
tell you what somebody I know did.
Business.
The law does
Everything.
have
He has
business,
nothing in
actually.
his name.
The law has
Everything
no
is in his
business.
company's
The law
name.
has.
Because the law has
Hold
no
For
on.
business.
Belinda, let me tell you what a guy that I know did. There was
mhm,
nothing in his name. Everything was in his company's name. The house was owned by the company's real estate arm.
mhm.
So everything, he doesn't get 1 naira a month. What comes to him as salary is 100,000. And they went before the judge and said, "This is what he's earning. He's driving Rolls Royce, say his official car that belongs to the company."
Okay, but did he have a child?
They have 4 children
Okay, where are their kids?
in Nigeria in school.
Who are they living with?
The mother.
With the mother.
Okay,
So the
so
man
he's
said he's
giving.
earning 100,000 a month. So how does he share it? Does he give out them the whole 100,000?
Oh,
Oh,
that's a fair play, but a
And
shameful one.
and and, and Belinda,
eh? It's not shameful.
don't forget
Who is
to
deciding
Belinda,
the
don't
shame?
forget. If
Who
the
is
court
deciding the shame?
grants you joint custody of the child, you
Hold
will
on,
not pay
Belinda. What
anything.
makes it shameful? Because Nigerian women have slept and put their head in the same direction and have decided. Is this
If
not
the
But
somebody
court
from
grants you joint
Mauritius?
custody of the
Hold on.
child,
Is this not
you will
somebody
not
from
pay anything.
Mauritius?
no, I think
How
we should
much
take
is her husband giving her
we
for her
should take
child
it
every
one
month?
we should take it one step at a time. Let me hear you properly.
I'm saying if the court grants you joint custody of the child, you're not
Mhm.
paying her a dime. For the period the child is with her, she takes care of the child. For the period the child is with you, you take care of the child.
See,
You
eh?
know that, right?
I
That
understand where John is coming from because I have seen the
Can you
entitlement of women.
sorry. Can you guys give me a minute? I need to put on the fan because I'm feeling a bit hot. I'll
All right, all right, all right, all right.
I'll be right back. Just let
Okay,
me do that.
all right.
Thank you.
please go ahead.
You see, what I'm trying to say is Nigerian women, if you divorce a Nigerian woman, she brings it upon herself to ruin you. So they ask for unreasonable things. I know someone that in 2016, when dollar was 200 naira, was asking for 1 million naira a month. The person she was asking had to ask her that when your father died, did he leave you 1 million naira every month? Your whole papa will carry you come this life. He not leave you 1 million naira. If they sell everything where you give, you not reach 1 million naira. Then you want to see somebody's son and you are demanding 1 million naira a month because the two of you had children together.
Mm,
There are questions to ask. These things aren't cast on stone, Daddy Freeze.
mm.
Let me
Discussed
let
on
me
rocks.
Why
let
are
me
we seeing it the same way?
okay. Hold on a second, Daddy Freeze. I've heard you guys out. Just give me a minute. When when they were living with their parents, some
Yes.
of the things the court will consider is the standard of living the children had at the time. For
Mm.
example, if your child is in a XYZ school, I don't want to use any school as a particular example, but in a high profile school when they were living together and they are no longer together, should the children stop going to that kind of school because their parents are no longer together?
Okay, let me answer that question.
Okay, go ahead.
My lord, the children can go to the school when they are living with me. But if you cannot afford them to go to that school, then you have to give them to me so that they will go to that school. But if you can afford it, go ahead and let them continue going to that school. You cannot be. You see, the thing is, we need to understand something. You women should stop dragging what you cannot take care of.
Which
Person will
so?
go buy goat.
No,
We no
you
get
don't need
food.
to shout. I can hear you.
That is how I speak. I can shout.
John, calm down, please.
I
You
can
remember
hear
that day
you.
that girl was shouting, you did not like it, so you two calm down. See,
Okay,
Exactly.
so
So I can hear
see,
you.
person will go
this
buy
thing where John they
goats.
talk, I went through it in real time. Oh.
Person will go buy
One
goat.
day,
We no
make
get
you they
food. We
hear
go
me.
give the goats.
One day, my ex, all the secondary schools where we're supposed they within my pocket range. My ex, they tell me, say, now this school, she want the Peking to go. Now this, and if you don't put your Peking there, go be like, say, you be troublemaker. Baba, that's why I put the Peking there. She now said that I should not worry, she will pay for my daughter, that I should only pay for my son. I don't know how she dribbled me before you know it. I ended up paying for both my son and my daughter. When we left, the court have to continue. So here's my advice to men. Make sure, listen to me, no matter how rich you are, if you put your child in a school, make sure your wife is contributing to that school fees.
Okay, Daddy Freeze, I have a
That the
question.
freeze, it depends on the kind of wife. That
I'm
the freeze,
sorry, Emily.
that
I
freeze,
hope we're
it
not
depends
taking
on the
too
kind
much
of
of your
wife you
time.
marry. It depends on the kind of wife you marry. And I keep
Every
saying
wife
this.
is good until you
Stop.
divorce.
That the freeze. Stop. People should stop marrying children of poor men. That is what causes this thing. Because I know that my ex, I told my ex, I opened my mouth and told my ex that there was a school I wanted to send my son to. I want to change the school. And she told me I cannot afford that school. Even if you're paying it now, what if tomorrow you can't pay it anymore? We have to send him to a school that I can afford. That what happens when you marry someone
That's
who
a
is not.
reasonable argument.
That's what happens when you marry someone who is not coming from a poor background. Stop marrying children of poor men. Let poor men marry poor children of poor men, please. That's just it. That's what causes all these things.
I don't think so, but
That
it's
is
okay.
it. That's what I know.
So Daddy Freeze, one thing I sense here, but I don't want to generalize it, is there's a lot of selfishness projected by I, I will not say men, but projected here right now.
How is it
Because
selfish?
no, hold on one second.
Okay, go
If
ahead.
you think that when your child when you and your wife were living together, your child was entitled to a certain lifestyle that you were providing for.
Yeah.
You know, in all of this, the men who have been speaking are considering themselves alone.
No.
They are
Let
not
me break it
no, Daddy,
down to you,
please hold on.
Belinda.
Daddy, please
Hold
hold
on.
on a second. Let me just finish. You in
Okay.
all of the conversation, that's why I've listened to you and to John. You
Mm.
guys have not placed the interest of the child at all. It's just if the child doesn't live with me, the mother should take care of the child. What about the progress of the child? This is not
Very
about
good. Now
the
let
mother.
us talk. Hold on. Hold on.
Right.
Let me break this down to you. So, I am living in a house with my wife and my children, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it is a rent I'm paying the rent. If I own the house, I already own the house. So all the money the resources that we have are being divided by the children. We're all eating the same food, right? We
Mm-hmm.
are all using the same electricity.
Mm-hmm.
We are all living under the same rent, paying the same service charge.
Mm-hmm.
But now you pack out of the house, the
Mm-hmm.
dynamics of that relationship automatically changes. If I had 400,000 naira a year for school fees, I do not no longer have 400,000 naira a year.
Why? Why?
Because we are now living in two separate houses. What if I want to remarry?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hold on. What if I want to remarry?
Mm-hmm.
What if I want to have other children?
Mm-hmm.
So unless my salary increases, if I was earning 1 million naira a month, you
Mm-hmm.
pack out, you say you don't want to marry again. Inside that 1 million naira, 300,000 naira a month went to the children. Now I want to remarry and have another 3 children. The children cannot have 300,000 again. It is impossible. It is no longer the best interest of the children. It is the best interest of me, their mother, and them. The fact that they went to expensive schools when we're living together as a family does not necessarily mean that the essence is to get them educated. They don't have to go to those schools.
And I
Because
agree
I
with
will
you.
now, hold on, I will now not stop moving on with my life and be wrecked emotionally and psychologically because I have to keep up a certain level of payment when I'm no longer in the marriage.
Okay,
So
Daddy
how
Freeze,
is it being selfish to the children? Are you
you know,
thinking of the man? Are you thinking of the woman? Do you
you
really
know,
think that, listen, if I have stability of a house, I can dedicate this amount monthly, but all of a sudden I don't have that stability? Why do I have that stability of the house? Because you are cooking. Now you have left me, I have to start buying food outside. My expenses will increase. Even if I'm the one that's going to cook, my expenses will increase because I might not be able to manage the house as well as you manage the house. So it is unfair to put the children first. Children are not gods. We did not bring them to this world to come and serve them and pour palm oil on their head every morning as we wake up. That's the Western ideology. Traditional African ideology differs. And for me, it is to find a balance between both.
Virtue.
you know why I'm having this a little argument here. I agree with everything you have said, Daddy Freeze. But on this live and on different occasions,
Yes.
there's a lot of reference to women not working too hard so as to make themselves available to satisfy their husbands.
Mm.
Now, you said this, and many men who have come up on this live have emphasized this too. Things like, oh, if you're working 2 jobs, drop one, have only one so that you can have time for your man, make him a priority. Again, a very good approach. But when we adhere to these things that you guys advise, and there is a divorce, and the man, because the whole idea is drop your work, don't work too hard
This
so that you
Belinda,
can
you're a
have.
witch.
No, Daddy Freeze, I'm going somewhere, please. Drop your work. Don't work too hard so that you can have time for the man. He'll provide. He will go out there. He will hustle. He will come back. Then there's a divorce. And then the woman who you said shouldn't work too hard. In fact, who shouldn't even work at all, but just be there as a flower vase and satisfy all that you need to be satisfied. Now has to take care of the children. But the children will have to suffer because their father made their mother not to work too hard so that she can satisfy him. And now, because they are divorced, their father can no longer cater to all their bills. Again, because their same father now wants to marry another woman and focus on his own life. So,
Very
what do
good.
you want women to
Now,
do?
you don't need to go further. Let me explain it to you here.
Right.
That a woman not working too hard to satisfy, to stay home and satisfy a man is a privilege only rich people enjoy. It's not for struggling people.
But Daddy Freeze, I have heard
Now,
you
yeah.
advise
There are some
that
things that
to a lot of
struggling
men.
men cannot afford. That is one of them. There was a case like this that was brought to me. The husband wanted his wife to stop working. He was all these up and coming tech people. Built a company, hungry boy. Wife went abroad, was studying nursing, was working in America. He was in Nigeria hustling, building a startup, all these tech things. Hungry guy for about 5 years. Almost. One day they just came and bought out his company. They wanted to cheat him, so he took them to court. His payout was $35 million. From hungry boy struggling, all of a sudden he has $35 million in his account. He goes to America. and finds out that his wife was cheating with some other guy in the hospital. He said he's no longer doing the marriage again. They brought the matter to me. I said, okay, you know what? What can make the marriage work? The guy said she's never going to work again. He has enough money for them to spend for the rest of their lives. I said, okay, are you going to give her any money? He said, no, I'll be spending the money together. The woman now called me aside. She said, Daddy Freeze, I can't do this. I said, would you want to quit your job? She said, yes, but how do you assure me that I'm going to be taken care of? The guy said she will come, leave the America, come back, they leave it down for Nigeria. You understand that? I have $35 million. What is it that you want? The first house he bought was Banana Island. So I sat down with the woman, and this is what I structured for her. You are a nurse. What is the average nursing salary? He's going to pay you that salary every year for the rest of your life. Now, the women that are nurses at your stage, what are the prospects that they can attain in their lives? How average, of course, one nurse will turn to somebody where they earn $1 million, but on the average, how much is the growth? So every 3 years, you're supposed to have some sort of a promotion and some sort of growth. So every 3 years, he's going to add how much? 15%. Whether you are married to him or not, for as long as you live and he lives, if you are going to sit at home and be with him, he is going to pay you a nurse in America salary, upgraded every year, every 3 years, with 15%. So he started her off on her current salary, $85,000 a year. After 3 years, he's going to pay, I think, $101,000. Then after 3 years, she's increasing by 15% every 3 years to match what her mates are earning. And the clause is provided she does not work. The moment she takes employment, that stops. And he also does not want to continue with the marriage because he believed that it was that work she was working. Sorry. Yeah, hello? Yeah. Yeah. Who is speaking?
I'll call you when you are done with life. Want to give me insight.
All right. Story of my life from one to the other. So you understand what I'm saying now, Belinda? In that situation, the guy signed it too. And the girl quit her job and came back tonight. And they are fine now. In that situation, if that girl divorces him, she's going to take her entitlement. She's not going to take 10% of his income. She's not going to take one of his houses. This is what I've promised you. I've promised you for the rest of your life as long as you live. I will pay you what it is that you were anywhere you were working, plus a 15% increment and every 3 years.
Okay.
And whatever benefit comes with it, health, insurance, whatever benefit it was that they were giving her as a nurse, he was going to provide it.
At the time.
Okay.
So now, Belinda, is that fair or not?
I will not conclude whether it's fair or not because
Why?
people work for reasons more than money.
Okay.
People work.
Yeah. Well, I understand that, but she
Yeah.
worked, and where she was working, she ended up cheating. So,
Unfortunately, people work for things, and you shouldn't
now,
punish her.
if she
Is that a
really
sort of
wanted to
punishment?
work, she would not have given up her work so easily. In this case, she studied linguistics in the university, but ended up being a nurse because nursing is what pays money. So her own was more of working for money. It's not like she was a passionate nurse who wanted to be Florence Nightingale all her life.
I
Nah,
hear
let's
that,
be honest, she did it for
and
the
I know
love
She
of
that a
it.
needed
lot of
her bills paid.
And he agreed also alongside that to open a business for her that she'll be operating skeletally. He doesn't
Okay,
want anything full-time for her. And the business is doing okay.
Daddy Freeze, this is one of many cases, but can men now implement this? Would you advise that men should implement this going forward? Once
I
you
would
get
advise that if a man is a man of means who doesn't want the stress of his wife working and wants to enjoy more time with his wife, he should be able to bear it
Do
financially.
that.
okay,
But you see, the
so
woman is not going to ask him for that. She's going to ask him for half of what he has.
no, Daddy Freeze, let's take it one step at a time. Now you are
Yes.
saying, hold on, my darling, let me just make this point. Now
Okay.
you are saying, Daddy Freeze, that because we're talking in the Nigerian context, that Nigerian men who have means can do this for their wives. So Nigerian men who do not have means, their wives can work as hard as they need to because their men do not have means. Is that our conclusion on this matter?
Sorry, take that again. Sorry. Somebody was
No problem. I'm
story of
saying,
my life.
especially from all the conversations we have on these issues, that men who have means are the exception. Men who do not have means, can their wives be allowed to work as hard as they need to so that they can support currently and in case there's a divorce?
Now, let's work with the dynamics of every marriage. Belinda, garbage in, garbage out. Aura for aura. You will know. Yoruba people say, ọbẹ̀ tí ò bá lépo, ọbẹ̀ tó bá lépo ojú la fi mọ̀, soup we get oil. You don't need to taste them before you know say this soup get oil. Because the oil will dey float on top of the soup.
You will see it.
You will see it. If it is salt, you might need to taste it. If it is pepper, you might need to taste it. But oil, the moment you look at the soup, you can tell. It's like AC. It is, you go to a house, you can tell that they have DSTV. You don't need to enter the house to know that whether they have DSTV or not, because you will see the dish.
The dish.
When you are in a relationship, you can tell when you are in a good place and you can tell when you are in a bad place. So if you are in a good place and your man is telling you, let me give you an idea. My wife does not go for girls' night out. Me too, I don't go for boys' night out. Aura for aura. I don't want it because I used to run a nightclub and maybe I'm paranoid. I used to see what they used to do with people's wives when we were running the club. And I see what even we used to do with them. Because once woman don't drink, two drink here, brain don't knock on the average. You understand? And even if nothing is done completely, some touchlighting is done, and what the woman will not accept in her normal state because she's there being married with her friends. So I'm saying, okay, I don't want this for my wife. Anywhere I'm going, if you see me in the club, you see my wife there. Doesn't mean I'm 100% holy. I try my best. I know I'm trying. You understand? And these are the things I can do to also try. So when you are in a relationship where your husband says don't go out, but he's going out. When your husband says you cannot go to the gym, but he goes to the gym, then you know that there's already a problem in the relationship. But when a man gives you a commandment that he himself obeys, it is always easier to work with that. So when you are in a relationship and you can see the future, I have a very hard-working wife. My wife works 24 hours a day. As I'm talking to you now, she's working, and she has been working since we woke up. I try to keep her in bed till about 11 on a Saturday. But the moment she gets up, she don't find her phone. When she enters that phone, she starts. It's now getting to 11:30. By 11:30, I'm going to go and start shouting, come here, come, let's come and watch TV. You understand? If there's anything I don't like about my wife, is that working all day. And I believe that if I had money, it would not be like this. The reason why it is like this is because I don't have money. Yes, I want to encourage her to have her dreams. But if I had money, I'll probably buy out half of her company, put in people there, and make sure she's working the company more from an executive perspective. Go there twice a week, give them deliverables, build the company to such a way that they can
Delegate.
results. You understand? Delegate and all that. So it stresses
Now
me.
that the
But
freeze
hold on.
them.
One thing I like about her is if I tell her that tomorrow we are going to Akwa Ibom, she will find a way to make herself available. Tomorrow, we are going to this club event, or I'm going to stay in the hotel. She will find a way to squeeze herself in. So I don't feel it too much. There's nothing my wife needs to do for me that she does not do in a day. She's never too tired for anything. As long as it is me, if she works 18 hours and I need her for me for 1 hour, she will give me that 1 hour. That makes it easy for me to bear. So even if I had all the money in the world, sometimes when I just need her now, she's not there, I say, if I had money, you will not work. But then when I realize that she still squeezes me into her schedule, and I don't get 75% of what I want, I get 100% of what I want, or at least 90% of what I want. For me, that's fair. I remember my uncle when we were young, he would never tell you not to go to a club on a Friday. But if you have something to do by 7 a.m., you have to be there and you have to do it and do it well. My uncle would not tell you don't go to, he will give you a car, he will give you the money you spend in the club. But just know that we are killing a cow by 11 a.m. He does not want to hear that you are not there. That's where he and you will drag problem.
Okay.
You understand what I'm telling you? So my own is when a woman goes to work to the point where taking care of her husband now becomes a chore, then there's a problem.
There's a conflict.
There's a conflict because it is always easier to maintain a girlfriend than a wife. So if a man wants to outsource the person that is going to sleep with me, the person that's going to follow me to the club, the person that's going to, if you got a girl outside, you will find out that you end up spending less, maybe a quarter or half at best of what
Okay,
you
Daddy
spend on
Freeze.
your wife.
Yeah, this is not. I'm not here trying to defend women who are who are just entitled. But because of how this conversation has been going on many occasions, I'm just here to bring insight to say that most of the women who seem like they're overly entitled, like you said, when they're getting a divorce, they ask for a house, they ask for this, they ask for things that under the circumstance doesn't seem reasonable at all. There's a spark. It's not because Nigerian women are just what they are. It's not, I don't think that's the reason. Of course, I'm not taking out the fact that there are some people who are unreasonable, but Daddy Freeze, when women have had to work extremely hard to support the family, that's on one hand. In most cases, because of the level of work that they put in, the support starts affecting the marriage. So they would have to sacrifice maybe their jobs, maybe their businesses, maybe their dreams. They would have to sacrifice that just to keep the home going. And the girlfriend scenario that you have just painted, to try to see that the fault does not come from them. So make themselves available, and not taking care of their husband does not become a chore. They have to make all of these sacrifices. Most of the time, many Nigerian women have to make these sacrifices, many who I know. And now, the same thing she has sacrificed, her time, her knowledge, if she went to school, her degree, everything that she ever thought she would be, she sacrificed for this marriage. And then for some reason, the marriage is not working out. And she's just meant to go back into the streets and start all over again with nothing or from nothing, especially when there's been years of investment. And then she comes to say, I think that I deserve something. I lived with you. I didn't make plans to have my own house. I didn't have my own car. Everything I built or I worked with was because I was with you. Now I'm no longer with you. You are fine. You are stable. You have a home. I don't. I deserve something too for the years that I spent or we spent together. But while we were spending those years together, I had to sacrifice my dreams just to keep our
Now,
homes going. What happens under the circumstance?
Belinda, let me explain this to you clearly. Let me use me and you for example.
Right.
Women tend to believe that they are sacrificing when they are not, or they are sacrificing what nobody asked them to sacrifice. There are some things men ask for. I want this from you. That's what I'm asking for. Sometimes you are assuming that I want
No,
another thing,
Daddy
and you
Freeze, please
believe.
be very specific.
Let me
Use
give
the
you an
you and
example
I
of what.
example.
Let me give you
Right.
an example of what happened in my former marriage.
Mm-hmm.
My ex used to like Ogi.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care for Ogi. I can have Ogi once in 3 years, and that's good. I've not had Ogi. The last time I had Ogi was in Abuja when I went for my past, maybe 2 years ago. One guy told me there was one pub joint. We went there, we had fun. It was nice. Finish. On a Saturday, my ex wake up at 7 a.m., go and grind the pepper and do the Ogi till 1 o'clock. Then you call her for something you really need her for, and she's exhausted because she spent all her money making pap. You understand what I'm telling you? That is how many women act. They engage their energy in what they think is valuable, but actually has of no consequence to you, is valuable to them. And because it's valuable to them, they are exporting that value to you. So sometimes a woman says, I stayed at home. The only thing I asked you to do was not to go to girls' night out. I didn't ask you not to work.
No, but
But you are choosing what you are doing
in this
and then
circumstance,
attributing
we're
it to
looking primarily.
sacrificing it.
No, that if it's
to-
under the circumstance, we're looking primarily at work, especially because we're saying after divorce, properties, money. So that's the context we're
Yeah.
looking.
Now you are making a reasonable point.
Hello.
You
Hi,
want to go?
Emily.
Um, no, sorry. It's not like I want to go because it's boring me. No, that's not the case. It's just that I need to go because
No
I
problem.
need to get off the live
It's
because I need
okay.
to process and also
Everything we've
to
discussed. I
get
will
some
call you
rest
once I'm
because
done
it's
with the
been a
live.
lot.
Don't worry.
It's
No
okay.
problem.
It's okay.
Thank
No
you
problem.
so much. I really appreciate
You are most
you guys
welcome.
All the
We
having me
always
the
best.
have
time.
discussions here, and they're always open
Yes.
ended, and they
Eh,
don't end quickly.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, my
Thank
sister.
you so much.
Okay, good night.
No problem.
Yes, all right.
Hopefully we'll still be talking under happier circumstances
All the best. All the best.
very soon.
Okay, yes.
All right. So
Okay.
much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Benin baby, I'm coming in 1 second. Don't be angry.
Okay.
I wanted to go and get my phone is dying or buying, so I wanted to go and get power
Okay,
bank to
perfect.
continue
Mm-hmm.
because I used to have a long cable that I could plug to it while it's live, but the cable just went off. Well, it just went bad. So I need to order another one. But luckily I have a power bank, so I can, because we've been live for
I
almost
know.
3 hours. So at the end of the day, one thing with me, I consider myself a very reasonable person. I consider myself a very reasonable person. I can smell BS from a while away or a mile away. You can't, if I had a good marriage that for one reason or the other, maybe we drifted apart, maybe our careers separated us, maybe you did something I can't forgive, or I did something you can't forgive, and then we have to go our separate ways. But we had a really great marriage, but then something happened and it went off. It's different from I've been tolerating you all this while. I'm literally living with you because I have no choice but to live with you. And then you think you are entitled to my property. You understand what? So you see, it's like taste buds. Taste buds has done a lot. I don't pray that we ever have issues, but if we do have issues, God forbid, she's definitely going to be entitled to something.
Now, Daddy Freeze, that's because you are using yourself as a case study. Now, let's flip the
Yes.
script. What if it wasn't you? What if it's the average man who just says, like many of you have been saying on this live, to say you're not entitled to anything once you leave me? How?
Sometimes, let me explain this to you. I will use Igbo. Do they smoke Igbo in Nigeria?
I would think so.
Is it legal?
I don't think so.
Very good. So, what am I trying to bring out here is, you will not see somebody openly smoking it and walking on the streets. There will be some level of decorum to how it is being done. I want that westernized, destitute mentality of, you leave me, I take half of what you have. Jeff Bezos go marry that woman we do BBL. They say they want 1 month later they want to divorce. She's going to walk away with a pile. For the rest of her life, she's made for what?
I think that the court always considers the
The
circumstance.
court, as far as I'm concerned,
It's not
forgive me,
automatic.
the court has a lot of BS. There's nothing to consider. What's there to consider? You married him for 1 month. What is there to consider?
So
You don't have a
then
child
please,
for him. It's
okay,
an
let
open
me
and shut
explain
case. Madam, pack
something.
your bag and go.
I hear this on this live a lot of times, and I think it's time to address it. Nobody marries under a GUN point. There was a
Okay,
particular
so
day.
as he has married now,
No,
he
Daddy,
has
please
to submit himself.
hold on once. Yes, once you marry under the act, you've subjected yourself to the law.
Okay,
So
so
you do have a
Nigerian men
choice.
never marry under the act.
Why? Or why not?
Because it will never favor you.
Why do
But
you need
Nigerian
anything
women,
to favor you or not favor you?
because the act is not fair to men.
Really?
Yep,
Oh, okay. But our traditions are fair to men.
absolutely.
So what happens to women? Women shouldn't be treated fairly?
Well, women should marry under the act. Men shouldn't.
Who would they marry? Their fellow women? So
I don't know. But you
this is
see,
the problem.
let me tell you something here. If it were fair, have you read Chinua Achebe's The Arrow of God? You've read it.
Yes.
What's the name of Eze Go? What's the name of the chief priest?
I can't remember the name of the chief priest.
The chief priest was delaying the New Yam festival. He was being unreasonable about it. The white man came and said, just go home, pray over your yam and eat it. If, I think Eze Go or something was his name, if he wasn't being unreasonable, there will not be that option. When our traditions became unreasonable towards women, they ran and submitted themselves to the Western culture. Because in Igbo land, if we are married traditionally, and you have 7 children, the 7 children are my children, as long as I paid your dowry. They are my children. If I've not paid your dowry, they are your father's children.
Right.
So the moment a man has paid a woman's dowry, he has transferred the right of the father over his children to himself. In the court of law, it's totally different.
Right.
Both of them have the children. Now, if the woman...
let me ask a question. In reality, shouldn't both of them have the children?
Now, here's how it goes. According to the court of law, 80% of the time, the woman gets either full custody or the children are domiciled with her. Even if they have custody, it's never shared. Even if they say they have shared custody, it's never really shared. The children go and spend a weekend in 2 weeks with their father, and maybe they have one holiday with the father, but every day they are with their mother. Right? Traditionally, that will not be. The woman will walk away with her purse and the clothes she's wearing.
Okay. So is that fair?
So here's the thing. The tradition was not fair to the woman. But is the new system fair to the man?
Yes.
So you now have a system where men have refused. Are you not aware? Do you not know men that have refused to marry their women in court?
Yes.
I get cousins and all that say, Laila,
I know a lot.
I would never do it. You understand? I don't have a problem with it. And sometimes it works against the man. Because there was one story they brought to my life. The man refused to marry the woman in court.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was okay until the woman now got a job in America.
Mm-hmm.
And she could go with her children and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy could not, America does not know that people stood together in the bush and got married. They want to see documentation.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So he said, okay, where is the court wedding? The man now said, let's go and do court. The woman said, lie.
Mm-hmm.
Shebi, up until now, I've been begging you for court wedding. You say you don't want to do. Now that you have seen that I have this opportunity, you want to do court wedding. I'm not doing court wedding. That's how the woman went abroad without the man. And the
Okay.
marriage ended. So in life, sometimes when we are trying to be smarter than our own shoes,
Right.
we end up digging holes for ourselves that we now
Exactly.
struggle to climb out of.
Mm.
The only reason why I emphasize on I don't owe you half of my property is not between you and I that I don't believe that I owe a good woman who has stayed with me and worked with me something. Is because that abroad mentality that Nigerian women are trying to so
Okay.
wholeheartedly bring
Daddy Freeze, let me
upon
say
themselves.
something, right?
Go ahead.
Our traditions, like you have stated, were not
Yes.
fair to women.
Yes.
But the Western culture is not unfair to men. It has just considered women and
No, it's
included
unfair to
women.
men.
No, Daddy Freeze is not
It's
unfair
very
to men.
unfair to men.
It has
Let me give
just,
you
it
an
has, no,
example.
Daddy Freeze, hold on one second. You are
Okay.
saying it's unfair to men simply
Mhm.
because it has considered and included women. That's why you think it's unfair to men. The Western world and their culture are not here trying to fight men. They're here trying to protect women who have been victimized for many years. And that protection is now starting to seem like unfairness to men.
Belinda, I'm going to ask you a question. It's a thought question. Two men are standing on an island. There's nobody
I
else
know
in the
that
world, just the
question.
two of them. I've asked you that question before.
No, you haven't asked me, but I've heard you ask on the live.
Oh, you've heard me? Okay. And one guy yaps the other guy's shoes and says, your shoes are torn. And the other guy picks a rock and knocks him on the head and he dies. Was he right or wrong? Was what he did fair or unfair?
It was unfair.
According to who? The fishes in the ocean? Or the
According
trees
to
around him?
me, you asked me.
Now, what I'm saying is, you have just proven to me that the concept of fairness is subjective
Of
to you.
course. Of course.
So what you are now saying that the laws abroad are fair to you, they are not fair to me. That's why you will never see me tie any knot with anybody abroad in America. I will
Okay.
never marry and live with a woman in America. God
No.
forbid.
Okay. But
Because
you
it is good until the day the problem happens, and that's when you realize what you have
okay.
entered.
Okay.
So, according to my standard, if I were to judge that guy, I'll say what he did was fair because there's no Bible, there's no scripture, there's no Quran, there's no priest, there's no council of elders. It's just the two of us. What is fair to you and what is fair to me are determined by the two of us in that hypothetical situation. So I look at the Western world and I see that men have even less rights than pets.
How do you mean, Daddy Freeze?
Anybody that is abroad, I wish you could read comments. I can't see comments anymore.
I
want
can't
to
see
go on.
comments too. I think I would have to go up and maybe comment.
No, I think you have to use another phone. Sometimes when you've been on the live for too long, there's no longer. One of my guys just passed on
Oh, I'm so sorry.
in Port Harcourt. Rolly Ajomiwe, may his soul rest in peace. It's just so sad. So I wanted to go with and I wanted to view in with another account.
Okay.
So I can see comments. All right, so I can see comments.
Okay.
Noble just types that children, women, animals, men. That's the hierarchy abroad. People are typing. I wish you could read. Any man abroad will tell you that the system is rigged against the man.
This is very interesting. I would want to know how it is rigged against the man,
Ah,
to be very honest.
ask any man that lives abroad, you know.
I mean, I really would want to see the comments, because how
You
is
don't
it
have a
rigged?
spare phone.
No, not at my disposal.
Okay. Someone say men don't have value here. Oh. Facts. That's true.
Okay,
I'm reading all the comments.
let
A
me
man
ask
no
you.
get value for US court system. That's true. Because you see, once in a while, you might have a judge. Look at Portia and Gobadia.
I don't know about that case, anyways.
Oh, Odidi Gobadia. Ice na carry am. Baba, no offend woman abroad. Oh.
And if I still maintain that women are considered, they're just included, as against not being considered
Let me
at
bring
all.
your husband, John.
And if please, I'm not married to anyone
John, now
on
go
this
sweet
line.
to put mouth inside. I don't know if he's still here.
Okay.
Pop my money gone, Nigerians. You'll be enjoying the life. I will sit down, gather all sorts of stories for you. Pop money gone. You will not pop. Stinjos. Oh yeah, pop my money gone. If you like Belinda, pop my money gone. Just for Belinda, ignore me. John is
Really?
here.
Yeah, you guys, please
Johnny.
support Daddy Freeze.
Ah, John, they will enjoy himself. Oh yeah, John, we're talking about abroad. I say abroad is unfair to men and it favors women.
Daddy Freeze.
Do you agree or not? John. Hey, John, don't go. And there's nobody else I can bring.
Why not? All the people commenting, somebody
I
should.
can't. I have to be able to invite them. John sent an invite.
Oh, okay.
Daddy Freeze, can
John,
you hear me?
we can hear you clearly. Very good. I said abroad is
What was
rigged
your
in
question?
favor of women. That men suffer abroad.
Yes, now in the
But
West, the
Belinda asked
hierarchy
John.
is
John,
No,
continue with
go
the hierarchy.
continue with the hierarchy. Yeah. I can't hear. Am I the one
I
who's
said
not?
in the West, the hierarchy is children, women. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
can.
can hear you clearly.
I said abroad in the West, it's women, children, pets, and men.
Okay,
So
I know.
a pet is considered more um value than a man. That is why when you go out and you see someone abusing a pet, people try to stop the person. But if they see someone abusing a man, everybody bring out their phone and start recording and making a comedy out of it. Unfortunately, that's the reality of most men that live abroad, and that's why I don't see their opinion as an opinion because they're coming from a point of disadvantage.
How do you mean disadvantage?
They're coming from a point of if they talk anyhow, they go sleep for basement.
I know that we say these things as vibe, but how is that?
But it's the truth, Belinda.
It's true, my darling. It's actually true.
It's the truth.
Okay, that when you have a misunderstanding with your wife, you sleep in the basement. We need somebody to vet this. Oh.
Belinda. Women even use it to threaten men abroad. It's that bad.
No, I know that. What my argument? I don't know if you were if you were listening to Daddy Freeze and I before you joined, right?
No, I
That
wasn't.
the difference now is that I feel, or I've observed, that the Western laws include and consider women. That
It
is the
doesn't
vision.
include, it doesn't include and consider women. It doesn't include and consider women. It gives women priority over men.